power. It's like in Karnov when he can just carry the ladder around with you. You can only use it once, but you can pick it back up.
I think you should have hype. Okay, man. The order should be hype man first, then okay, man. And you could have an attack called like Evo Street Fighter 4 Finals, something like that. And then vague disappointment
okay, man
after
is
that.
Evo Street Fighter Cross Tekken Finals.
No, that would be shit, man.
Alright, stream's up, guys.
You should have Elephant Man in your game, or Ghost Man.
Ghost Man.
Ghost Man.
How about Ghost Elephant Man?
There
You
has to be
Ghost
this
Elephant?
one boss that is
You
just
allowed-
so RNG based that no one ever wants to play the game.
Are you allowed 2 adjectives for a Mega Man boss? I don't think you are you?
No, I don't think so.
You could have fucking Luck Man.
I don't know, RNG Man, you're just completely invulnerable for a completely random amount of time.
He's vulnerable on a random amount of frames. There's no indication on his sprite of when he's vulnerable.
Yep. And he takes 8 hits, so you have to get the good pattern each time. I could see it working.
Yeah, so I broke the world record for the RNG man kill. Oh yeah, what'd you get? Well, I shot him 8 times. Right at the beginning of the fight, and he died. Alright. I want my
Douglas,
shot
did you get...
picture.
What?
What?
Do you get breakdowns PM on the forums?
No, I have not checked the forums.
It's Meat Boy.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
I had a good feeling.
SS Hard Mode, no Catwoman.
Yep.
That's a great category. I love specific categories like that.
Yeah.
No Catwoman, especially if it's a trick. Like no RBA. Like it's great when you have no idea what RBA is, or when it's a game and it's.
I don't know. My favorite so far is 100% no blue coins.
No, 70 star. No, 70 star no cannonless is the greatest category. That's the best one.
Wait, 100 or 70 star no cannonless.
No cannon.
So it's 70 star cannon only.
It's 70 star, but you can't do 1 star the fast way. I don't understand. It's just ridiculous. But I like it when it's like no ice cream factory skip or no inverse balls. Ooh, okay.
Yep. I was hoping that CVHD would end up with the most ridiculous title category. Hard mode, Simon only, no DLC, no acceleration glitch, no zip.
We did a race of Bayonetta, which was new game plus, no accessories, no items, no glitch. Like, but new game plus, no accessories, no items. Just like it's not new game plus. But we were talking about it. It was like, hey, do you want to do a new game plus race? Yeah, but I can't be bothered to figure out what accessories and items to use. Okay, we'll just make it no items, no accessories. Sweet. No, that's what no cannonless is. It's just that there's like 1 skip, and I think people can't do it, so they don't allow anyone else to use it in their race. Which doesn't make
like
any
10
sense.
seconds for the entire race.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, why not just? It's like, yeah, no, we don't like this thing that makes you better than me. So let's get rid of it.
Cool kid, you want to race Mega Man 3 Walkathon?
Maybe. Sounds like it. Sounds like fun
Cool
challenge.
kid, do you want to race Mega Man 3 no quick kills?
No quick. Longest kills only.
Yeah.
Must miss every Gemini laser shot. Must always use Gemini laser.
Let's do Mega Man X3. No AI loops.
Oh,
Impossible. They loop themselves.
No, the crocodile loop, dude. Reset.
should raise points in Mega Man 1. That's the best goal for raising.
That's Bardell's
It's-
route, dude.
Dude, I actually I did a points raise in Mega Man a few days ago. I had fun.
Yeah, I saw it on your stream actually. Although I saw you standing still, not doing anything.
Oh, might have been done. No. Yeah, raised
Might have
5 million points.
Oh no, it was before you started.
Oh, I see. I see.
I like the Barn Owl does those, and he's like, "Hey, anybody like Mega Man 1?" And people are like, "Yeah, I like that game. Want a race?" "Yeah, sure. What's the category?" "Points." They're like,
Points,
"Oh,
no Wily Castle.
Barn Owl, what are you good at in the game?" "Oh, I can do this." "Okay, let's not do that then. I'm good at this, so we'll race this category."
Yeah. 1 million points, no farming, must defeat Wily. It's a
All you
classic.
have to
Classic
do
goal.
to get
No
all you
farming.
have to do to get mass points is loop Wily Castle forever.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. It's kind of
That's
funny.
literally all you have to do.
Yeah, they weren't like aware of like the fastest point strategy. Like once, like first, when they started raising point goals, so they kept looping. I think Cutman stage or Gutsman stage, which isn't nearly as fast as or consistent as looping Wily stages, of course.
Yeah, Wily stage is crazy. You get like 200,000 points for completing.
Yeah.
It's like I think I was averaging 680,000 or something. I got the chart here somewhere.
I definitely got less because I used glitches.
I don't think I've ever actually looked at my points.
Okay, so this week's drinking game is just any time we mention that Mega Man 3 PC version is better, that's a drink. Anytime Cool Kid mispronounces a word, that's a drink. Anytime that we talk about them removing points from Mega Man 3, that's a drink. And any time we mention sharks, that's another drink.
Oh man, this is getting dangerous
Well,
now.
how often do
And,
we mention sharks on typical conversation, unless there's just like a topic
Well,
of the day?
it is the shark marathon.
It
that's
is,
going
yeah.
on right now.
Oh.
So
Okay.
Yep.
We need
not
a
to
link.
mention.
I need a link.
Oh, dude, you need the gallery link so you,
You
can
need-
pick out
yes.
some choice images.
So you can see our new.
Oh no,
our
it's
new
already in.
background
It's
picture.
already in this. It's already in the Skype chat.
Duckfist, didn't you see the new background?
Yeah,
I did,
Did you
and
not
I
see it?
didn't ask questions.
Ah,
you just assumed.
yeah, we just suddenly replaced everything with sharks.
It would be amazing if there was like a ROM hack which would add points in Mega Man 2, Mega Man 3, and Mega Man 4. You had a point system in those games. Yeah. Maybe.
You would have to add points to Mega Man 7, and then you can literally have the least popular category on SRL. The Mega Man 7 points race. Because the 3 people who like Mega Man 7 won't want to play for points.
Points. It's bad you can't like loop the game. I mean, when you're Mega Man games.
Very few of the games
Alright, quick.
I
audio
play
test
have
here.
a score that's at the top of the screen. I guess they got rid of it. Actually, that's a lie. I just realized most of the games I play have a score in them.
Yeah, way to contradict yourself.
Yeah, take that, me. No, I actually have all those games over there.
Okay, that sounds good.
7 out of 10 of those games have a score in them, actually.
What stage is this? Is this OK Man's stage?
Yeah, Mega Man's reaction, can't you tell? This is okay.
Like the Shortman stage. Have you guys seen the task of this game?
Well,
I saw the
Mega
task
Man
of the
3
first
PC.
Yeah, I think Dark Kobold made a task of this like third game. Not entirely. He's got rejected, though, I believe, unfortunately.
No question.
It's like,
First vote. No. Gone.
I like how sort of weird Mega Man looks in this. He looks like a fat kid dressed as Mega Man.
He's always like leaning back. He's
Why are you
Doesn't
leaning
want to be in
surprised
this game.
without the expression to show for it.
It's just his face. Just like,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's very indifferent about being in his own game.
Why no Tiki? We tried to get Tiki, but we accidentally did it wrong. So,
We contacted Cool Kid instead.
yeah, we thought he was Tiki.
Hey, Cool Kid, is there no invincibility frames for bosses in this version too? Because I think in the
PC
first
version?
DOS Mega Man, you could just like kill him in in like 28 frames or whatever it is.
I don't remember actually. I do think they have an invisibility timer.
What is going on that screen there?
He's
I
playing-
have no
Is
idea.
Mega Man about to land or something?
No, you know that game Warlords that's like 4-person Pong where everybody's in the corner?
Yeah.
Wiley's playing that and Mega Man is the ball.
Nice.
So the two things are the paddles there. He's trying to block him.
I remember playing the 3D Pog.
3D Pong.
Yeah.
Wait, I think I had that one.
You're behind the paddle. And you like knock it down a hallway.
No. I'm thinking of something else then.
Thinking of 3D Zelda 2.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh, that's a cool game. Yeah, I raced
It was-
that game on SRL.
2.5D Ocarina of Time.
Cool Kid's raced games on SRL that he hasn't even played.
Solid 3D.
Shit, I remember those Tiger Electronic things.
Yeah.
Always the most disappointing gift.
Yeah,
You could never see what's going on the screen.
It's like, oh boy, someone got me a Mega Man 3. Oh, it's this. Thanks.
Well, time to get my 4C batteries
Wait.
and load it up.
Are those two buttons attack and weapon?
Yep.
Yeah.
Off, sound, select, start.
Is
Nice.
that up, right, down, and kick? Is it kick the left?
I think it says pick.
Pick. I think it's
Pick. Like, pick a direction.
No, it's like pick as in like pickaxe.
Yeah.
Ah.
I actually had this game, this handheld one. The weapon thing switches your weapons, and attacks, and you press up to jump. I don't even know what down does. I'm not sure it does anything.
Well, they couldn't have like a 3-point cross.
Down makes you fall, I think.
Yeah,
So when you
this-
jump with up and then you press down to land again.
really, you just continue to float until you
Yep.
press down.
That would be a great Mega Man
I
game.
remember I had two of those like Tiger Electronics things, but I could not remember for the life of me what they were.
Did you have Castlevania?
No. I remember. Look, I remember that my dad's German friend came over and brought his son, and all we did all week was play on these two Tiger Electronics things.
Oh.
I mean, that's all I remember. And he said langweilig a lot, which is German for boring.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, he also tried to teach me how to say the number 12 in German, but I couldn't do it because I was 6.
This is Wolf.
Zwölf. I'm like, Zwolf. And he's like, no. At least I'm going to imagine that's how I tried to say it. But he was getting angry
Yeah,
at
that's a-
me. And I was like, look, I'm... fuck off.
Well, that's probably why he was getting angry at you.
Yeah. Well, I was a bad-mouthed 6-year-old. And he couldn't speak much English. But, like, he couldn't say much, say many English words. But he got mad at me for not being able to say many German words. So how is that fair?
It's fair.
It's not fair.
So how did we end up with 18 records again? I woke up and we were at like 11.
Blame Shark Marathon, dude.
By the way, live in 20 seconds.
Shit, really?
Oh yeah.
We've been live for 15 minutes, Flicky. Shouldn't be news to you.
That's not a lie. That's... Wait, what?
What?
Wait, do we have a doc for this week?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Didn't you ask me for that yesterday? And I...
No, dude, where's the doc?
Sunday sequence break.
It's the Sunday sequence break. It's
We were
episode
ready for that, I
22.
swear.
Oh, no, yeah, totally.
I saw tails, so I stopped talking.
I just tried to prompt Cool Kid to talk. So I could get angry at him for interrupting me. No, it's the 29th of July. It's episode 22. It's Mega Man 3 with Cool Kid. Just Cool Kid. We totally didn't screw up and forget to set someone else. We screwed up by not getting someone else. It's a big difference.
Cool Kid is man enough for all of us.
Exactly. He's got that Viking heritage, which means that he fills 2 spots on the show.
On the canoe.
On the
Definitely
Right. It is Mega Man 3. We were trying to get Tiki, but things went wrong and we didn't get Tiki. But we tried.
We've got him in our hearts, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And in other places. And then we said
He
to
tried
Duckfist.
contacting him, but he sent the message to me instead, and I said I couldn't make it.
Yeah,
So-
it was a pain because I already asked Feasel/Duckfist. For
The
Tiki's
same person.
Skype. Oh yeah, of course. We also said to Duckfist, "Hey, can you fill in the show? Do you know Mega Man 3?" And he said no. He said, "I don't want to spend any time with you. In fact, I'm trying to downplay my link to this show."
Dude, I just asked you if you needed me on the show like 20 minutes ago in Skype.
Well, wait, no, hang on. Let
And
me
this
read
counts
what that
for it.
said.
He did.
He has no credibility. People aren't
really
going to
did.
believe him. Don't worry.
Okay, I've read 2 things and neither of them are what you said. Well, you said you're going to practice Ninja Gaiden 2 to take the edge off.
Scroll down.
And
Nope,
that just
got it
that
right
just made me imagine, you know, when people say like they have a
Got it.
cigarette to take the edge off? In
That's
that
gonna be our
sense.
first chat
That
question.
sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, you can be on the show if you want, Darkfist. I can easily edit this title.
It's too late and I'm already on it, so there you go.
Oh, too late.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna write oh no, wait. Duckfist. Hey, it's Cool Kid and Duckfist on the show. Welcome to our special guests.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!
Thank you.
Oh, that's alright. And as usual, we got PJ with me.
Yep.
And as with me as PJ, we got usual as Feasel.
Yes.
Nice. And again, you know Duckfist's voice by now, and you know Cool Kid because he is the big boy, right?
Biggest of boys.
Nice. Okay, so let's do the recap this week. I'm not going to try and do any alliteration, it's too difficult. I'd never learn that there's no word that begins with R.
Nothing.
fit.
There's no word.
Nothing begins with R.
I'm confused already. We're only 4 minutes in, and I'm completely lost.
It's good. It's cool. So, PJ, you do the recap first, remember?
Okay.
Okay, go on then.
So I actually spent most of this week doing some casual gaming with my brother, which was a real nice break from speedrunning.
Mm.
And then I countered that by doing the most unenjoyable speedrunning possible, and I got back into CVHD again. And I've been doing I've been working on the zips a lot with
Wait,
Aftermath and MacRector.
can you explain these zips? Because as I understand, they're not worth doing.
Right, so you have to dive kick from the correct pixel onto a corner, and the last frame of your slide has to push you off the corner, and on that frame you have to jump. And to get the right angled dive kick, you have to hold the analog stick in a really precise angle while you're moving with the D-pad. So you have to use both of those. And even if you start the zip, you usually won't get it to go anywhere unless there's enough lag. So it's pixel perfect, frame perfect, lag dependent. And then even if it does start working, it usually doesn't send you in the right spot. And that's completely random.
Is that what that Japanese MacGyver thing was?
Yeah.
That's it. Right.
Yeah, so I found a whole bunch of these Japanese videos, and this guy had a video of chapter 1 that used zips, and it was 20 seconds slower than mine without zips. So I sent mine as a video response to him, and then he went like crazy and added me as a contact and favorited like all my videos, and then added me to this wiki and linked me to the wiki.
Oh,
and
wow.
It has like all these Japanese times on it for CVHD. So like Aftermath and MacRector and I went through and watched like all of them. And some of them were faster than ours, and others we just totally stomped them. So like Aftermath went back and like reclaimed all of his records, and MacRector's working on breaking one of the Richter runs with zips, and
you're getting a whole crew now, right? I mean, there's quite a few of you who've all decided to run this.
well,
In
yeah,
all in
Aftermath,
different categories and characters.
yeah, Aftermath and MacRector and I have been into it since last year or so. Grom Scout is getting back into it, getting more serious about it. Satoriu might do some, but he's been playing a lot with us lately. But yeah, Aftermath and I are the ones that are like definitely going to submit something for it. So he's actually pretty close to finishing a Soma table, which is exciting. Soma being the best character. So,
Right.
pretty cool.
Isn't Soma like a drink or something?
Sure.
If you say so.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Good one.
Also,
It's the drugs that people take in Brave New World, too. Right?
that might be what I'm thinking of.
It's got to be it.
In fact, that's probably what I'm thinking of. It's the Brave New World's the one where they go find the two people who live out in the wilderness, right? And bring them back to their perfect world.
Okay.
Yep.
You can't leave me hanging like that.
Oh, it's way more fun to leave you hanging.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what's going on.
It's mean. I also found out that Richter is German for judge. So there you go.
Huh.
That's what I found out while trying to Google Soma. Did not work at all.
Very nice.
Alright,
Well
Feasel, go on then. What did you do this week?
What did I do this week? I started playing Lode Runner because I really wanted to play that game, and it's so much more fun than working on the difficult games that I'm trying to speedrun now. You know, I'm
64.
Oh my god! If only. No. I'm the NES port of the original Apple Lode Runner.
I see.
Fun game. I think it'll be a good. That one will be a nice one to do. I'll probably not get a chance to start on it till after Awesome Games, but
That's some forward planning, man.
yeah. Well, I wanted to start messing around with it because I hadn't played it in a long time, and honestly, that's my version of casual gaming, is preparing for the next speedrun. So it was actually kind of fun. I tried routing a few levels. It's a rather complex game. The AI in particular, most of it is about knowing how to trick the dudes into going the right way, so you can manipulate them, walk across them, grab back the gold that they steal and things like that. And it's pretty fun. But I did that, and then I started doing attempts with the new hide glide route. The Dunnius had suggested that the route that the Japanese task takes is possibly something that I should consider for my real-time runs, and I tried it, and it actually ends up being a nicer way to do it, because you can get the 3 fairies and hide light in any order, and the 3rd fairy that you get automatically teleports you to the final area, so it doesn't matter what order you get them in. So doing it in a different way actually ends up saving a little bit of walking, and I changed a few other things. And so mostly right now I'm trying to struggle with fighting the eels in high-speed mode rather than normal mode. So on average, it works out to be about, you know, the same speed or maybe even a little slower in high-speed mode just because I make more mistakes. And I've got to recharge more since your health goes down in game time as opposed to real time. So, you know, you have to be more efficient with your movements. But I think it has a best-case scenario that could be maybe 30 to 40 seconds faster than, you know, possibly more than doing it in normal mode. So I'm trying to do that. And I think I'm in the final stages with this game here.
Yeah, I'm getting really good at politely listening and trying to figure out what you mean when you talk about hide light.
Yeah.
I'm still I know the eels. I know the eels. That's all I know.
Well, that's like half the game is because you got to grind up to a certain level to be able to kill that final boss. And you know, you go for the highest point value monsters, and so it's just lots of me abusing the aquatic wildlife.
All right, so
do you still fight them at low speed when you're first starting?
So it's weird because at first they take like 14 hits per guy, and then it gets down to like 5 hits per guy, 4 hits per guy, 3 hits per guy, and it's much easier to do that at fast speed. So I've started out doing the first 2 levels at low speed mode, but actually, you know, I don't even think that's necessary. You know, for the run, I might just do it all in high speed, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
You can survive?
Yeah. Well,
I thought the water killed you at high speed.
No, it kills you. Well, I mean, it kills you proportional to, you know, at the same rate. You know, it's relative to the in-game time as opposed to real time. So, you know, it'll go down faster in high-speed mode, but you kill the eels faster. So the only real difference is that I have to move, you know, my movements are less efficient in high-speed mode. Just, you know, I'll just overshoot a lot, and it'll take me longer to get them cornered and get behind the eels. So I end up losing more life. So I have to refill on average about 1 extra time during the fight.
Okay. That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's just like me finding ways to make the game harder, but it's probably the last iteration of it, I think.
Man, I miss the Rygar recaps. They're a lot easier to sort of wrap my head around.
Much more straightforward game.
Alright, so as far as my recaps go, we played some Left 4 Dead and didn't get very far. I played some Devil May Cry 3 and got lost, but still beat my time because it was my 4th playthrough. That's good. I played some Splatterhouse for fun, and like Fiesel with Hide Light, I actually got really stuck into it. I'm getting actually quite enjoying it now. And
Splatterhouse?
Oh, the new one.
Oh, okay.
Not the TurboGrafx ones.
Not the good one.
Well, none of them are good ones. There's no good Splatterhouse.
My statement still stands.
Well, that's not actually speedrunning, but on Friday at work, or Thursday. It was Thursday at work, because I work really hard. I found out that none of the enemies in the new Splatterhouse have names. Only like 2 enemies get mentioned by name. So I spent my entire workday making up names for all the enemies in the game. That's my contribution to it. But it's pretty fun, because if you're good at it, at fights, you can catch the game loading, which is great. You kill everything too quickly, and the game's like, whoa, wait, hang on, what? Go kill everything. No, it's all dead already. Huh. Okay. Turn around. Oh, look, there's the room. In you go. It's pretty good. Yeah, no, it's pretty fun. And yeah, as Zalad says, the voices overlap quite a lot too. Where you can get the guy talking over top of a guy, and then you reach another point, and the next voice starts. You have like 3 voices talking to each other at the same time. It's pretty sweet. Yeah. All right. That's me. That's me. I basically didn't achieve anything, but I sort of tried to.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You're finally learning how the recaps work.
Exactly. I guess Duckfist next. Because he's on the show this week.
Okay.
Yep.
Hello. Well, I played some Ninja Gaiden 2 this week. That's pretty much all I've really been practicing. First of all, I hope you guys can hear me well on the stream here.
Yeah, you sound delicious.
You sound fantastic.
Oh, I know. Thank you. Well, just doing the Ninja Gaiden 2 thing, getting my time a little lower. I actually had a really good run going earlier today. I did like a quick 45-minute stream or so, and I was like 17 seconds up by the Act 7 split. And I know I can save 30 seconds on that, and that would have put me probably around 11 minutes if I didn't screw up and die on Act 7. So if that was a decent run and I didn't screw up, I would be probably like 15 seconds away from Hoda Ruby. So just working on Ninja Gaiden 2 mostly.
So you're definitely getting there, right?
Yeah, at first I thought it would just be way too hard. He has really good execution in that run, but there are some holes in it. Like, I know my Act 7 is better. He just pulls off, in that run there's like 2 or 3 things that are just ridiculously lucky that he gets. But there are still a lot of holes, so given that it's a short game and with enough attempts, I think I might actually be able to do it eventually.
What is it, like 14 minutes or so?
10 minutes and about 44 seconds by the timing I use, and that's like 10:37, I think, RTA timing.
Oh, that's not bad then.
Oh.
Nice.
And that's a relatively short amount of time. Didn't you just start this about a month ago?
It wasn't long, was it?
Yeah, just about.
I mean, like, just started it. Not even hardcore practicing,
Yeah.
Well,
when
the
I
first time you played it, wasn't that at SGDQ?
No, actually, the first time I played it was about a month ago. I was playing Ninja Gaiden 1 a little bit after just seeing Sinister Ones in the stream. Yeah. After just watching him play the first one a lot, I thought it'd be cool to learn another game, and it turns out we're actually racing Ninja Gaiden 2 at the marathon. So definitely check both of our streams out and check out AGDQ.
I'm looking forward to that race. That'll be a good one.
It's going to be good. We're both kind of progressing at the same rate, so it's a lot of fun. But that's about all I've been doing speedrunning wise.
Cool. Okay, Cool Kid, can you try and list all the games you've played this week? And not take the rest of the show time up.
I haven't been really doing like actual speedruns attempts this past week, but I don't know. I've been racing like quite a lot. Like different games, like I don't know, X Games. I started learning Mega Man Zero past like 2 weeks ago. I started getting to Mega Man Zero as well. Mega Man Zero 2.
Nice.
Did some X3 races. Did a couple of casual Zelda 2 races this week as well. And yeah, I got beaten by a bunch of pros entering private races. I was kidding. It's fun. I really like the game.
Is it now? Okay, so correct, because I always get this wrong. Is it Tom Sawyer or Huckleberry Finn that you've been playing?
Adventures of Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer. Did you play any of that this week? I know Giano's been playing it too, right?
Has he?
I think
No,
so.
we've been playing Adventure Island.
Oh, Adventure Island.
Adventure Island is the new thing. Come on, Flicky.
Sorry, man.
Hudson's Adventure Island.
Hudson's.
Hudson's.
Yep. We're playing Hudson's. First Hudson's game.
Sorry, man. I'm way
Even
off.
I played it this week. I pulled the card out and gave in to peer pressure.
Where were you hiding it? You pulled it out.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Don't worry about it. Move on.
He's got it now.
It's good.
Yeah, Hudson. Yeah, that's a really fun game, but it's like, I don't know, really difficult for me because it's so easy to die. But at least you have infinite
Yeah,
continuous.
it is pretty brutal, that one. I've watched it. It's...
Yeah,
It's tough. And it's a lot of stages too, so it's just a lot to memorize.
Yeah, it's like... Giano was at like 55 minutes when I was watching him.
It went longer than that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Last week,
Yeah.
I know I saw it at like 120 minutes or something.
Yeah.
That game is just so brutal, though. The later stages, they just pack so many just like obstacles and traps right next to each other.
Yeah,
In like an
you have to
ice
see
level.
the highlight video that's coming up. It's
Yeah.
nuts.
I think it took him about like 5 hours or so in his first playthrough.
I laugh, but I know it would have taken me way longer than
It
that.
took me like, I don't know, like almost 3 hours, I think, first time I beat the game because on the later levels, yeah, they get really hard. And the thing is, if you die and lose like your axe power up or fire power up, you like pretty much screwed in some of the levels. You need to be ridiculously good in order to survive without
Right, and if you die 3 times, you go back to the beginning of the world, not just the levels. So you have to do 4 levels in a stretch.
No, actually, I'm not sure if it's a version difference or whatever, but you had to start over an exact level, your game over.
Really? I'm almost certain that you Do you have to press anything special, or you just go back to?
Well, yeah, hold any direction on the D-pad and then you press start. But you must have collected the Hudson B 1-1.
I didn't know that.
Continue. But yeah, fun game, but it's very difficult. And I did a Mega Man points race as well. It's kind of a highlight of the week. 5 million points. It's a fun race against Barnow.
Was that any of the limitations on that, or was it just free for all, no holds barred?
Farming allowed.
Farming was allowed. Oh, did you win?
Yeah, I won.
Oh, there you go. All right, so
He also played Zelda 2. Let's not forget.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, we raced Zelda 2. And
it's the new big thing, guys. Start learning Zelda 2.
Did you get a big race, a big Zelda 2 race?
That's 6 people in one race.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know there was the 9-person Wind Waker race at some point, but I'm all up for the Zelda 2. 6 is the new 9 anyway. Alright, so we do speedrun news about this time.
Dude, I actually thought of one more thing that should have gone in my recap since we were talking about Zelda 2.
Okay, wait, hang on. Is it about Hydlide?
No, it's about Zelda 2, I swear.
Okay, we'll keep it down to 2 sentences, alright?
Okay, I got trolled really bad by Zelda 2. I had the best run ever, and then the game crashed.
Oh, no.
I'm going to Palace 6.
Nice. Alright, okay.
That's the highlight. It's fantastic.
Good stuff, good stuff. So yeah, let's do speedrun news. Just to point out, as you may have noticed, you probably may have tuned in thinking it would be DK64 this week. But CFox, the person who has 7 to 8 hours free to do Donkey Kong 64 speedruns, realised he wasn't free today, and so we had to move it back. And we found out in time. So if you were expecting DK64, it will be next week, and after that we'll be doing VVVVV the week after that, and then the week after that we have other things planned, but we don't know which one we're going to pick yet. So yeah, it'll be DK64 next week. But we got you something way better, which is Cool Kid. Say hi, Cool Kid.
Mega Man 3.
And Mega Man 3, exactly. And we got Duckfist too.
Hello.
There, see, he's still here. He's happy. Alright, we'll do the records, then we'll talk a little bit about... There's some TASes here for once, and some race stuff. Wait, Ash?
Plenty of news, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's also... Oh my god, there's that. Okay, let's get right into this then.
There's a lot of stuff.
Oh, jeez, Feasel. Okay, go on. Do the this.
What are we at here?
The first one. We just started.
Okay, we're just starting the thing for real. All right. So first off, kicking it off, we've got Super Metroid. Garrison has improved his time yet again. He's at 48:30, which is any percent. That's real time, using real time strats. This was also a 32, I believe. I think he got his first 32 with his previous run, which was 15 seconds slower, approximately. And so it probably means he needs to be under you know, to cut the next minute boundary before he actually gets 31. You know, it's probably going to take.
It's not worth trying to use your brain to figure out the game time in this, is it?
Yeah, no, it's a really hard thing to compute.
Yeah.
You know, real time from game time and vice versa. It's really tough. So you have to kind of guess, and you know, people have some like heuristics to sort of like, you know, approximately here to there is the, you know, cutoff, but you know, but it sort of really depends on the route. Anyway, so it's just a really solid run.
Heuristics, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Well, I don't know how else to say it.
Are there any big mistakes? Because whenever I see the SRL races and that, there's always really good but lost like 30 seconds at this bit, and you so.
Well, those are the good ones. The really bad ones are quits.
Well, yeah, or deaths.
Yeah, there's not. I don't think there's bad mistakes. I'm trying to think of the boss fights. I think that that Dragon wasn't great or something, but Fantoon was really good, and most of everything else went pretty well. And it's mostly, I mean, in Super Metroid, it's mostly like a lot of small mistakes, you know, on the really successful runs. And so there's, you know, obviously room for more improvement. But it's a fantastic run.
Well, I mean, it's Super Metroid and it's Garrison.
Yeah, and now he's almost a full minute past Harubi's any percent or his real time run.
So when's he gonna do a run where he rescues the animals too?
I'm sure that'll
just
happen
to really rub it into Harubi. just to really
Oh,
prove
yeah,
he's the
he could-
best. Because we know he might lose a full minute on rescuing those animals.
But he'll still beat Hotorubi.
Well, that's the thing. Hotorubi's probably watching now. I'm not going to get back into running this game until he rescues the animals.
Yep.
That's what he's waiting for. But yeah,
There's
I mean,
a note here.
oh
It
gosh,
says, quote, "That was a good run." Is this true?
That is actually
Garrison
something
say
that
that?
Garrison said, apparently.
Wow.
I
Wow.
wouldn't have believed it, but
That's the ultimate milestone.
that's the first run that's not bad. So we've crossed from bad to good. Maybe great
Yeah.
or excellent eventually, but I kind of doubt that.
Yeah, not likely. We don't want to push the envelope too much.
and there's Samus. Well, she even lets her hair down. Delightful. Whoa! She just jumped off into space.
It's amazing.
All right,
She's dead now.
so we got this next one. And I have any of you guys played this? 'Cause
I have
I've watched
not.
a few videos.
Ooh.
I've enjoyed watching it. It looks cool. I like the
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Cool Kid, have you played this?
Never,
Never.
unfortunately.
Right. So
It must not be a game then.
no, it's a PC thing.
All
I
right.
guess Cool
But
Kid.
Cool Kid runs Half-Life.
Oh shit, you're right. Either way, it's a game called I'm going to assume it's Eversion is how you
Yeah.
say it.
Yeah.
Or Eversion, one or the other. And it's you play as it's like a star thing, right?
Something. Maybe a starfish? I don't even know what.
It's like a little floppy star thing.
Looks like,
And it's-
you know the clay icon in Secret of Evermore?
No.
Duckfist does. It looks kind of like that, except orange.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, kind of. It's just like a blob.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, and you run through this world with blocks, and you can float and jump. And I thought it was a bit like Mario at first, but it's sort of isn't. I don't know. He just sort of runs through the game. I imagine you need to sort of play it to.
I think that the world changes based on the stuff that you do. Like
Yeah.
you see, the world will darken sometimes, and that's actually changing the placement of some things
Oh,
as well. And it was interesting comparing this run to the other run, the segmented run that you had showed
Yeah.
me. That was actually slower. This it's neat to see that there actually is possibility for route differences based on hitting power ups to
Yeah.
change the board around. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, so
And-
so if you develop a route, does it generate the same content every time? Like this is this technique in game development is called like procedural content generation, where the game kind of changes as you play it. So
I think it's not quite. Yeah, that would be interesting. I don't think it's quite that advanced, though. I think it's just a few
I
different
think-
possibilities.
Yeah. Well,
Man, that'll really break speedrunning, won't it? If the game starts adapting in a continuum of ways and you
If the
can't
game
memorize
starts
it
adapting.
anymore.
That would be
Oh,
a shame.
that's
You'd
what,
never get past level 1.
that's what God Hand does. If you're doing well, it makes it harder. So, and typing of the dead too. If you're doing well, it makes it more difficult. So you purposely do badly every so often. I guess that's how speedrunners would do it. But yeah, you sort of run around a bit like Mario and jump on blocks, and if you jump on things, they sort of explode into blood. And this is the whole game, right? Did you just make?
It's almost the whole game. It's pretty short. So
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure there's more to it than it looks like.
and the ending is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ending is great.
Which is-
wow, this is really creepy. What? Oh man.
You saved her. Congratulations.
Oh god.
So, yeah, I mean, there are comments here. He did right. Apparently, he had 3 terabytes
shit.
worth of attempts, and he's been working on it for several weeks. I'm going to assume that's fraps, which is quite a lot of attempts. So, yeah, you can play it for free. It is freeware, and there's also a Steam version if you want to do the Steam version, I guess. So go try it out and maybe report back, because we don't really know. You can compare it to what we inferred by watching the video. It's all good? Alright, Feasel, you're back in it here, dude. Come on, it's your time to shine.
All right, what am I even shining on? Oh, good old Legend of Zelda. Legend of Zelda. Darkwing Duck is at it again.
That crazy
And,
guy.
yeah, Darkwing Duck is on the attack. So he's got a 37-11 now on the second quest with no up A. So I don't know what this guy's doing, but he's basically going first quest and second quest and first quest and second quest. I don't know when this is going to stop, but I don't know. He seems to be relatively happy with this, and it was a huge improvement. So, yeah, I think nearly a minute and a half better than his previous best, and so he's probably submitting this. But yeah, it's 37-11. It's got some interesting things. What you're seeing now is the wraparound. You actually can use the screen wrap glitch at the very edge of the screen, and he's going to wrap from the right side of the world he wrapped from the right side of the world to the left side, and now he's got to get out of the water, which is kind of tricky. I mean, see, even that could be done a little bit faster, but it's really tricky, and, but it's a neat-looking trick, and it changes the route some.
And he's blown up all these Triceratopses.
Yeah, he destroyed those things. That was
bomb
a good
drops
fight.
too. Wow.
Yeah, 3 bombs. Yeah, but, most of the rest of the route is the same, and it's a relatively long game for one that's as execution heavy as this is. So it's pretty neat to see him doing it, and also so much luck dependence.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know if he's going to do the up plus A runs after this?
The ones with up A, I don't know. I have no.
It'd be
I haven't
interesting
actually.
to see how fast he can actually get those now.
Yeah, I mean, considering these no up A's are faster than the with up A runs, I believe. At this point, right?
Yeah. Probably because no one really does up A.
Well, yeah, and it's because it's kind of outdated. I don't think there's been recent work on up A Zelda runs, and so he's with the screen scroll that changes a lot of things, and then making up A less important, and then obviously he's optimized the heck out of a
He
lot of
just
other
walked
parts
through
of the
that
game.
wall.
Well, that's the second quest for you.
Yeah. It's full of sneaky stuff.
There's a lot of impossible to figure out stuff. This is like Nintendo Power Hotline right here.
Yeah.
Counselor's corner.
Hey man, I'm stuck in Dungeon 6. I just don't know where to go.
I have to picture that scene from The Wizard where,
Yeah, just crouch on. Oh, this makes sense.
Alright,
I love the Ganon strat. Just stand in place and stab until he's there.
Yeah, but there's relatively few possibilities for what he could do, so it actually makes it's not just blind guessing, but it is pretty much just like start stabbing and hope he runs into your sword.
Yeah.
alright then. So, I mean, that's Darkwing. Keeping up with the Sunday sequence break encouragement.
Right? I think he's moving on to Evo, the Search for Eden now, or EVO rather. So that's an interesting
I thought
game.
you could say he's moving on to Evo. What?
Yeah.
What?
They have
Right.
Legend of Zelda next
He's gonna
year.
join. He's gonna join the Street Fighter Cross Tekken next year because nobody will be entering it.
Yep.
All right. And then next up we got Portal 2. This is a car by 80%. Now, isn't this like 3 minutes quicker than we were?
Yeah, it's fast.
It's like, yeah. There's no comments about that, but I'm pretty sure we were like 51-ish recently.
51-11 was last
Yeah.
week.
So, co-op 80%, so Zimbabwe and Goknak, who I think were the two who were toying about with it together before, knocked 3 minutes off. Because there were two, they were doing it, and the other
They
two guys
switched.
were doing
I
it.
think there was a switch.
Yeah,
it was
it was
Zim, but it was
Zim and S.
Oh, yeah, it was. It was
Zim and S at first.
Right.
Versus Zebaz and Kalfra?
Ah,
it?
yeah, it was Kofra. So Goknak, how can you replace S?
I don't know.
Mysterious.
Goknak doesn't even
25
have
other
an S.
choices.
Either way, Goknak and Zimbabwe went in and knocked 3 minutes off the time in co-op, which is quite... Oh, it's pretty cool. I was going to watch the other one, and I didn't. So now I think I'll just wait until they stop running it and just watch the best one. But I imagine this is pretty cool to watch. There's no video, though, that we've got linked. Oh,
No, we couldn't get our hands on that. I'm not sure that there is a video available of any kind.
sneaky. Alright. But, alright, okay then, next one. Oh, it's Adventure Island. Cool Kid, go on then, as you're the master.
I love this video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good game. I mean, it's especially like for speedrunning, it's like so difficult. Like you have like exact planned routes throughout the stages. Like you want to avoid the bonuses, like picking up too like fruits and such. But yeah, I watched this run this morning, but I haven't really watched any of his previous runs. But I guess the biggest difference is like the warps, like the glitched warps in 2.3 and 7.3 compared to his previous times. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then on the European version, PAL version, so it runs a bit slower, which makes the total time seem longer. But the gameplay is still like really, really good.
Yeah, last week he had a time that was like 8 seconds slower than this, I think. But it still used the skips.
Oh.
But like that was still 8 seconds without death. So to save 8 seconds from that is pretty.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sort of. I don't know, strange game. Like seems like I don't know, you just hold right and jump, but there is like more to it.
Yeah,
It's pretty intense. Like what's going on right now? This is probably one of the more intense levels. That gray one at the end there. It's a lot of, especially with the fireballs. It's like you shoot them way in advance, and then it hits something that isn't even on the screen when you first shoot the fireball. I mean, there's all kinds of.
8-1.
Yeah.
8-2. What 2 hard stages in my opinion? Game.
Watch, if either play this yourself or watch someone who's trying to learn it play it, and you'll realize that this isn't pretty fucking hard.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, definitely recommend playing this game. Like, to be honest, I think I saw his run without the warps. I don't remember when he did the run, but it was a while back, and it didn't like look too impressive to me because I had not played the game. Since then, I played the game, and I like realized like how extremely difficult the game is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has Higgins has a lot of momentum, a lot of inertia, so you can't really like do a lot of tactical changing direction. You got to sort of plan your jumps before you start them.
I love that it's Higgins.
Especially with the skateboard.
Yeah, especially with the skateboard, right? Because you can't. I mean, you can't even slow down, or you can't even stop. You can only just barely slow down. At least with the skateboard, though, you don't have to like be sparing about letting go of the run button. You can shoot as much as you want. When you're not on the skateboard, you actually want to shoot as little as possible because it slows you down every time you do. Because you're holding the run button and then you got to let go of it and press it again to shoot. So you don't want to do that any more than you have to.
This is 8-1. There's like so many enemies.
Yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. It's just
this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't like stop at all. He just like kills all of the enemies and
And it's also neat because he's trying to. I think Kuka mentioned he's trying to avoid all the fruits and jewels and things that you get because they give you health, and then if the health that you have at the end of the level counts against you because you have to wait for the score to total up. So you want to end the level with as little health as possible. In fact, in at least one of the levels, I noticed he picks up the eggplant. That's one of these bad power-ups. Like sometimes you get an egg that has eggplant in it and that follows you around and sucks your health. And you actually want that in a speedrun so that you can so it'll suck you down to just 1 health when you finally beat the stage. And so he uses that to his advantage, which is pretty cool.
He does that several times throughout the run. Like it's pretty intense to see. Like if you get an eggplant yourself, like when try to speedrun the game, you kind of panic because you're like dead. Because you don't really know the game, but
yeah, I often panic when I'm dead. All right. Okay, so next up we got a double header of Paladreamer runs in the same game. So we're going to roll this video, which Paladreamer very kindly made for us, or gave us the timestamps for, and I think Fiesel put it together.
Uh-huh.
Did it look good, Fiesel? Did it look like it fit the timestamps?
Yes, I could tell that I was using it was supposed to be using the video time and not the W-split time.
Yeah. So, Paladreamer, this run is 1 hour. Whoa, Darkfist, typo, man. You typoed. It's 1:52:49. Oh my god, adding a full minute. Don't worry about it. We have it written down on the thing. It's just a typo.
I'll fix it for you.
It's fine. It's just a typo, Doctor. No, you can't change that one.
He changed in the dock and just left.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just a typo. We know
That's
it's
right.
152.49.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
worry
So
about it.
it wasn't my fault. It was actually your fault. Okay.
No,
Keep
it
that in
wasn't.
mind.
Someone just changed
All right,
the
thank
top
you.
one.
I got
Rolling the
I'm
video. All right.
I'm scared of this highlighting on the lower tab below because I don't know if you've changed that one too.
Just jump down his throat already.
All right, it's all good. So Paladreamer did well, at least 2 Oracle of Seasons runs this week. This one is an any percent on the Japanese version, which we got some little comment here he wrote for us. It's probably even faster than his best English time after the hard conversion. It's hard to say what time it actually saves, but it's probably about 1 minute 45. His old English time was 1:55:32, and this saves about 2.5 seconds per save warp. So this is the Japanese version. It's not just one of those faster because it's the Japanese version. It's actually better run than his other run is too, which is a very good thing.
Yeah. Seems like you save warp a lot in like the Game Boy Zeldas. I mean, Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
This game, so definitely adds up.
Yeah, you definitely do. And I did watch the end of this, and the last boss does look pretty sweet. But so this Paladreamer continuing with Oracle Seasons, he did Oracle of Ages before, like last week too, right? The last few weeks
Is
he's
it him? We've had a bunch of Oracle of Ages.
the only zero, or the only one, or the only zero.
The only one.
Oh yeah,
Of
course. And then also why this highlight video is running, there's a more Oracle of Seasons. He did the Game Boy Color linked game. This is the PAL version, or at least just the English version, I think. And this is the when you link the 2 versions of the game together, with passwords and whatnot, you get additional content to play through. So he speedran that in 2 hours 43, and I got a little bit here from him. He uses a
That's
password.
2 hours flat and 43 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not 2 hours and 45 minutes, or 43 minutes.
2 hours and 43. I guess that's kind of ambiguous, I suppose. Anyway, so it uses a password from Ages, which adds some story stuff, like Zelda appears. Ooh. That adds fights against Twin Rover and Ganon. It allows for password use, though, which means access to some quicker upgrades and especially rings. And then I said, awesome, in response. Then Paladreamer said, and most important, Link gets a kiss from Zelda at the end. Smiley face. And I said,
Zelda.
And I said, aw, to that. Then I said,
Okay.
how does the runner compare quality rise? Is it still really good? And he says it was pretty okay, which is a very European thing to say. Sub 2 should definitely be possible, though. I could probably learn to put the passwords in a use quicker so it's improvable, but a decent start. Huzzah!
Nice.
What were you going to say?
Am I to understand that you need to link them up so that you can get Zelda to be in the game and so that you can fight Ganon? Because those seem like things that you should be able to do anyway in a Zelda game.
Not in the Game Boy ones. Not in the Game Boy ones. It's basically hidden bosses and content. They do that sort of thing in quite a few of the linked Game Boy games.
I feel like you're getting gypped there.
Yeah,
It's
Ganon
like you gotta get
Zelda.
the linked version. That's pretty essential, right?
Well, no, there's 2 different games, though. They're 2 entirely different games. It's not like Pokemon, where there's just slightly different sprites and you can't catch Weedle in one version. It's 2 completely different games, and if you link them, you sort of get a reward.
Okay, fine. Undercut my point, I guess.
That's for no. I know.
No, see,
I understand
Diesel
your
saying
passion,
It would be
Fiesel.
like if in Mega Man 3, Wily wasn't even in the game unless you linked it to Mega Man 2.
Yeah, but Zelda isn't in all of the Zelda games anyway. But somehow it's
There
all
she
about her.
Get out.
All right,
Overfilled.
fine. You wouldn't believe how confused I was as a kid when I played Link's Awakening was the only Zelda game I played. And I was like, who the hell is this Zelda person? I don't even know. Anyway, next up we got Wind Waker, another Zelda game, as you may have noticed. And Cosmo beat his time by a bunch, and it's something to do with the Cyclone. That's what we got. So this is the Japanese. Oh, it is the Japanese version. Is this Japanese version with tuner?
Wait,
Yeah.
this is Japanese? Yeah, with tuner.
With tuner. 5:14:07, which is pretty big time difference, and then there's something to do with the Cyclone.
We should have asked Tampa. first.
I thought
I believe he's right now about to tell us.
he's probably
Yeah, he's
typing it
gonna-
in chat. I'm sure.
Everybody
Which
stay
I-
tuned.
I
Tom is
thought-
going to let you know.
As
what's
I
going
recall, for Japanese version, fast text but no cabana skip.
You have to do a whole bunch of stuff with the Triforce charts and something else.
And you get a terrible reward from the Savage Labyrinth. So, Tompa doesn't... Oh, Tompa, you let us down, man. Come on. I should remove your admin status.
I believe someone found a setup for it in the Japanese version, but I'm not entirely sure about that. For Cabana Deed Skip, I don't follow Wind Waker speed gaming stuff. But
Oh, people in... There you go. People in chat are helping us out.
Thank
And-
you.
Oh yeah,
I
the
feel
new
like we're
Cabana-
educating
yeah.
ourselves. That's the point of the show. Is just to
I don't
educate
think they
us.
use a bomb now. Is that right?
No bomb for the Cabana Skip.
Yeah, like he mentioned that you hook shot into a tree and then have the bomb break the hook shot.
Right.
I think they found a new angle where he hook shots a tree like slightly lower, or he starts from lower and he ends up passing through the loading zone.
Huh.
So he doesn't have to use the bomb to break the grapple. I think that's what I was remembering. That may or may not be true.
All right. Well, that's better
But-
than nothing.
We're gonna go with it.
Okay, so who wants to take this next one?
I think PJ's going to take it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think I.
He's
Well,
got
cool
the-
kid. Have you played Athena?
yeah, I played this game.
Oh, no
Not
way.
for very-
Cool Kid,
not
you're
for very
doing it.
All right. Yeah, cool kid's got it.
It's
Well-
you.
I'm not sure if I even beat the first boss because the game was just so boring,
Yeah,
not
it's
appealing to me at all. So I just quit playing. But that's,
I forced myself to sit through the speedrun again. I thought I only had to do it once, and I preemptively watched his other speedrun, and I got stuck watching this one again. So it's unfortunate. So Athena, 2230, any percent by Prosentia. Just so you know, he got this from the Game Exchange, so he was obligated to run it. It's not free will.
Just a quick question. What was his old ID? Because it changed to Brossentia, right? By popular demand. Does anyone remember what his old ID was?
I think it was Alexander.
I'm just trying to avoid looking at this game.
Why?
Yeah,
This game's great.
This
It looks
features a
great
lot
to
of
me.
block smashing.
Because it just confuses me. Now, this admittedly looks a lot clearer than I remember it.
I like the weapons, the croquet mallet and the ball and chain and all that.
The ball and chain's too strong, though, right? Didn't we discover that?
Yeah, it smashes blocks quicker.
Okay, I misheard
Yeah.
blocks there. I'm sure I misheard blocks because you didn't say what I thought you said.
From what I understand, the flame sword that he's using here is the strongest weapon.
Yeah.
These bosses are just hilarious to me. Because the strat for all of them is to just land directly on top of them and swing, and that you die later than they do.
didn't the same company that made this game, didn't they also make Akari Warriors? SMK?
Maybe. They made Crystallis.
Oh wow, that's quite a range of goodness.
This is my favorite room in the entire game. You have to break all of the blocks.
That's incredible.
But look
Well,
at
that's a
this.
big sword. Look at that.
These are-
Exactly. The reason I put all the block smashing in this highlight reel is because I was so happy when that happened. And he could break like 10 of them at a time. Yeah. And then the game ends with this final boss fight that's entirely random and is about 8 minutes long.
Yeah.
You gotta hit these heads with the slowest sword swing while they're just flying around absolutely randomly.
I like the damage. Oh, that was a skip there, wasn't it?
No.
It
Oh,
wasn't.
yeah, skip. The video skip.
The
I thought
video,
you meant it was
yeah.
a game skip.
No. The video, his health reduced to not full.
Yeah.
after-
I was gonna put the whole thing in, but it's like it's forever.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, there it is.
Let's move as swiftly away from that as we can as possible. So earlier we were mentioning games where they have a category, which is hilarious to someone who doesn't understand it. And we had a few examples earlier.
Yeah.
Hard mode, no Catwoman, which we'll see later. Now this one, I don't know how I missed this. Anybody want to talk about the immortal philosophical ending?
I would love to. I would love to. So it's got two endings, the philosophical ending and the happy ending. The happy ending has the connotations to it that you think that they do. It's exactly what you think.
Right.
And it's worth beating the game both ways just so you can get both endings. But, sorry, go on.
No, sorry, I was wondering, wasn't this game on the Genesis as well? Or
Yes, but it's totally different. It's not like you could. There's a TAS of the Genesis version that you can watch at TAS videos, but there's no TAS of the NES version yet. But anyway, this game it's different than Genesis version. It's an interesting game. It's a dungeon crawler. I think this was all programmed by like one or two guys. I think this was just like a independent thing, and it got picked up by Nintendo. But anyway, so it's mostly like you crawl around the dungeon, you get different items, and you got to use them at different places. It's the kind of game where you got to die a million times just to figure out what's the right item to use in the right place. The interesting thing about it, speedrunning wise, it's pretty easy to optimize, what items you get and optimize your movements. But the interesting thing is skipping the encounters, because the fight scenes look really cool and they're kind of fun, but they're slow, and almost every one of them can be skipped. I think there's only 2 that you have to actually fight in the game. And so there was basically, I worked on this game maybe about 2 years ago, and there was really no existing speedrun canon of any kind. Tom Vodaba had a run of like 15 minutes posted on Twin Galaxies, but there's no video.
What just happened? Did he turn into like a car? What's he doing?
You get on a carpet, a magic carpet,
Right.
and you zip around.
All right. Okay. Fine.
And it's really hard to control, but you can use it to bypass a lot of the enemies because you move so fast. But anyway, so I'd worked on it, and I did, was able to improve Vadaba's time by a little bit. And then this runner, Boxfat, who I actually hadn't known before, like the last month, because come around and has been working on this game, and I hadn't realized how well he was doing at it. He'd been coming in the stream saying, "Oh, I've been working on the Immortal," and I was like, "Oh, that's good. I'm glad to see the game get some love." And then I went back and like watched his videos, and like he's completely crushed, the times that I'd gotten on the game, and he didn't even know, he hadn't seen my videos, and he didn't even know half the strats. So, I gave him some suggestions. There's ways to skip more enemies, and then he went through and took another minute off or something like that off of his time.
Is there any leveling like that in this game?
Nope, there's no level up.
Right.
It's just the only thing you can do is get items, and you can shoot bullets from your staff, but they don't really do anything.
Oh, you got sucked in the... Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and you fight this guy.
It looks like an old... Well, I was going to say old Diablo, because Diablo is pretty old anyway.
It kind of does look like an old Diablo. I think it's older than Diablo. Unfortunately, it suffers from like the NES brown palette syndrome, where they kind of mute all the colors a little too much. But I don't know. It's a pretty interesting game.
Is he just getting killed by a dragon?
Yeah, the final boss is this dragon, and shut your stream off if you don't want to get it spoiled. But basically, there's like a sequence of items that you have to use in order to get through the different phases of the dragon, and this is one of those things where you have to die like 500 times before you finally like figure out exactly what to use when, and the timing, and there's like 4 different items that have to be used at the right time. It's kind of complicated.
Now I understand why you know about this game.
Yeah, because it's weird, kind of obscure, hard to understand. That's me.
Something Vadabagra.
So is the philosophical ending what happens? Can you tell us?
Spoiler.
Well, you saw. I think I showed some of there was some of the text in there, but it's basically like the dialogue that you get at the ending. In the ending, is different whether or not you rescue Anna, who's like the love interest of the story. And so there's a few extra items that you have to get, or there's an extra item that you have to get, and you have to rescue Anna. And then like in the end, like you get all youthful from being bathed in the fountain of youth, and yours and Anna's relationship takes a turn that you would have never expected, and life returns. Yeah, something like that. I wonder. And the philosophical ending is you don't rescue her, and he just muses about, the
he just starts
philosophical
drinking
aspects of it. Yeah, it's presumed that he's really drunk. Yeah.
All right then. I'm actually glad I know about that. Okay, so next one, just to remind everybody that Duckfist is on the show this week. Duckfist, you're going to do the next one. I know PJ wanted to do it, but fuck PJ.
Okay.
Well.
It's all you, Duckfist.
Alright, well, up next we have Illusion of Gaia by Puexel in 2 hours, 20 minutes, and 23 seconds. That's the 100% category. And something, I know nothing of this game, but it looks pretty cool, and it's made by Enix.
That company that I had never heard of until they
What?
merged with Square.
How is that possible?
How is it not possible? It's pretty possible, dude. We didn't get many JRPGs here in Europe.
Huh.
Because they had to translate them into French and German, and they were like, "Oh, screw that."
You got Terra Enigma. God damn it.
Yeah, it's true. You did get Terra Enigma. This was called Illusion of Time in Europe land.
Have you heard of it,
That helps.
Cool Kid?
Me? Oh.
Even Cool Kid hasn't heard of it.
Nope.
See,
I think we lost him.
I think he might be dead, but that's fine. It only helps back up my point.
Yeah.
You hadn't heard of it. So, well, you are flying, man. How come I never
No, I
saw
like
that
that
guy normally?
Because,
I never seen that guy in a highlight video before.
see?
He's always some
We were holding
creepy
out.
kid.
Spoiler
I
alert.
realized you could play as, like, a golden locked god flying around with a sword.
Yeah, he destroys. He's godly.
Hmm.
So I think this run is actually going to be submitted, if it's not submitted already.
How's it been going
He's been working on it for
Look at
months.
that! Oh my god! Look at him fly, dude! Look at that guy.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I mean we've been hearing about this game for quite a long time. This is the
Yeah.
first time we've had a highlight video of it, actually.
I believe so.
Maybe.
That
Yeah.
would explain
Well,
why I
also we've
hadn't
had it
seen.
before.
We've had it, but I don't think we have a highlight. Did
I
we?
don't recall we've had a highlight video.
What was the previous best time? Do you know? It was like I remember when he was around like 225.
I remember when someone else
Um,
had the time, like way back in one of our...
220. Yeah, 221.
Yeah.
He had that was episode 15. Episode 14 was at 225, 226, 13.
I mean we've
Yeah.
had this. This is
This has
it's
been
on
on,
episode
like-
5. There's one of
Yeah,
it.
it's been on like.
I'm sure we
6
had it
episodes
before
or
then.
something.
It had really good feedback during Summer Games Done Quick. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a
good
really
show.
great game.
It looks cool. It pretty much sells itself just looking at it.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful game for Super Nintendo.
It might be on episode 1. It might have been mentioned, but we still don't know because
Yeah, we still don't know what was there.
we don't remember the episode. We just know that we have a video for it and who our guests were. So yeah, I mean that looked cooler than normal. And then there's another game that I've not heard of or played. Oh, dude, anybody want to take this one? I don't mind.
Yeah. Yeah,
Go
I
on,
got
then.
this.
Go on, PJ.
So this is Hagane, the final conflict, by OmniGamer in 1830. Any percent category, of course. I think he
Japanese too.
just started working on this run like last week. He's made
think so, right?
ridiculous
He-
progress.
He finished with Radical Rex and then jumped straight to this.
Yes, he said, I got to work on my thesis, so I'm going to be taking a break, and then said, hey, surprise, look at this game. But this is actually a really cool game. I've known about this for a while, but the cart is ridiculously expensive. He's running on the Japanese version. I don't think there's any differences, except it's affordable for humans.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a really cool game. You play as this ninja guy. You have all kinds of cool somersaults and wall jumps and stuff.
And slides.
Backflips,
Don't
and
forget
most of them make
slides.
you invincible. Yeah.
It's like a robot ninja
And,
Castlevania or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. But
Look at
most
his
importantly,
backflip.
you
Jesus.
get this ridiculous, I don't know what to call it besides up kick. I mean, you'll see it.
Look at him
You'll see it
slash.
later.
What is going on?
Don't worry, it's
Is he
fine.
cutting a flying dog in half?
No, he's cutting a flying snake, dog. Shut up.
Look at him go.
So anyways, he's got this kick and it just obliterates mini bosses. See, there's a good clip. Just kills him in one hit. That's like what
spiral.
every mini boss in the game is
It's
like.
it's spiral arrow. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
Cannon spike.
Cannon spike. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so it's a really cool game. All the bosses, like the main bosses, not the mini bosses, are really RNG based.
I
Wow.
like how he flips around and it almost looks like it's for style, like a lot of it.
Yeah.
With lights.
Yep.
So yeah, this. I don't know, man.
So,
It's a really cool game. It's a really flashy game. Like there's constant action all the time.
Yeah, check out
it's
OmniGamer's
def-
stream, you guys, if you haven't yet. He's got a huge library of speedrunning games. And it looks like he's moving pretty quick between them now, so puts on a good
Yeah,
show.
he is.
What did you want to say there, cool kid?
I was wondering. Well, I only seen the test of the game, and it's like the grappling glitch is, I don't know, impossible in real time. I assume. I don't know. I haven't played, like, barely played the game myself, but
Yeah, there are wall zips. I thought OmniGamer said it wasn't possible in real time. There's something I think it might have been like a 30 hertz mashing scenario. I
oh,
don't remember if it was that or if he just didn't. I feel like he'd look into it because he like did a huge assembly dump of all the RNG.
oh, that's
Weird.
unfortunate because they look like really cool.
Yeah, they're really nice. I think one of the levels in that highlight video, he dive kicks off of an enemy to get up to a spot you're not supposed to go, and the task just like gets in the wall and zips up to the exit.
All right. So speaking of flipping, which we did sort of briefly mention in that last game, we have a game entirely based around flipping, which is VV. And so this is 4 seconds faster than last week, right?
Yeah.
As I recall. This is Fiery Blizzard again, PC version, any percent, 1322. So that's with the cutscene skips from last week. And I know there was a wire glitch where you can go through a wire that you know shouldn't be able to, that he didn't do in that run. And also Bleachy found some Bleachy found some optimizations for the tower where you can death abuse. And does he use those in this run? Do we know? You'll see one of the wire skips coming up, I think.
In the tower where you can death abuse?
Have you played
I feel
this
like
game?
didn't Desi do that in one of the, or not Desi, Trank?
Yeah, but
Bleachy found some new ones, didn't he?
like the wire abuse is like version specific,
Right.
I think.
Oh.
So there are like two different versions of the game. If I recall correctly, I haven't really speedrun this game on them like few casual races, but
Yeah. But yeah, I know he said the time could go a bit lower beforehand, but it's basically just well, it's not just clean, it's really fast. There's almost no... Like, he goes into a room and right away he's doing exactly what he needs to do. Like, you can see it here.
Yeah, there's very little stoppage. There are some places like sort of in between the hard sections where you're mostly just running around and it's for atmosphere, but like then these action sequences, they'll just be nonstop. You enter a room and you already have to start moving.
And the thing you really notice the more you watch it is how he's flipping almost, like, exactly when he touches the floor, he's flipping off of it again. Like, you see how quickly between landing on something and flipping back off of it he takes is quite... Well, it's impressive, really. So, also, now we found out that the no-death version will actually be slower. There's a no-death mode in the game. It will now actually be slower than the any percent, which is pretty cool. I mean, I love this game so much. I've not really tried to run it. I've done a few casual runs. They were like 40 minutes, but it's just super cool.
Yeah, the runs look really, really nice.
Yeah. And, I mean, this was 18 minutes a few, like when the game, like a few months ago, or maybe a year ago now. This run was about 18 minutes long, and
just a few weeks ago it was 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, surprise, 13. Like, wait, what?
Surprise, we found cutscene skips.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super cool. I mean, I'm assuming everybody in here has played this on the show, but if you have not, go and play this game. And so that makes like 7 games this week you've got to go play. So
you guys are going to be pretty busy.
Get on it, guys. Yeah.
Adventure Island.
Yes, Adventure Island, Hagane, you got to play too. Yeah, dude, you guys are going to be busy. Aversion, that's the other one. Right. So next up we got Blast Corps N64. This is the Japanese version by Peaches. Now, some of you eagle-eyed viewers may notice that this time seems a bit high. Well,
it's because he beat the record recently.
Yeah. So this is the Japanese version. It's a bit different. This might be a 3154 as well, but I don't know that for sure.
Yeah, Kirk Hugh just yelled at me and said it was.
Did he?
Yeah.
So, well, okay then. But I saw the 3212 for certain, so I knew that was definitely it. But either way, it could be 3144. Anyway, I asked Kirk Hugh and Peaches as well what the difference was and why this was longer. And I got a response from both of them, but Peaches told me, so I'm going to ignore Kirk Hugh on Kirk Hughes. It says Japanese version doesn't have the Z trick. There's 3 levels that have single buildings that you can just push down. So by that, now I'll finish the thing first. You can't push down. You have to find the TNT and take it to the building. And each level's it's something that you can't do on your first try in the level either because it takes too long, or you need to use TNT somewhere else. In the US version, you can use the Z trick to blow up the buildings. In the Japanese version, you have to enter the level multiple times. It's pretty interesting because all 3 levels have new, more difficult glitches to pop up to mitigate the lack of Z trick, which are completely unique to the J version. So even though the J version is slower because of no Z trick, it's actually harder to do well. So there you go. And the Z trick, I'm going to keep saying it, dude, is when you park the car next to a building and get out, and the door just knocks the building down.
Yeah, it's the best thing.
At least that's
the door does more damage than anything else.
At least that's what Kirk said. Basically, that's what it is. So yeah, you park next to a building, open the door just knocks the building down. It's fantastic. All right, next up we got Bombman Hero, which is Kirk Q again. Now, PJ, you had this one. I'm not going to pretend I'm going to cut all ties with the N64 console. I don't want to talk about it.
Let's see. It was either this one or Bomberman 64 that I had. I had one of them.
Right. Wait, there's not 2, is there?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's like 10.
Oh, no, but not this week.
No.
Anyway, so this is one of the N64 Bomberman games that people run for some reason. This is Bombman Hero by Kirk Q. He did it in 51.53 any percent, and he made us a highlight video, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
Yes, he did. And there's a comment too, so I'll read that out. There's a highlight. There it is.
Oh no, I didn't play this one. I couldn't jump in mine. Jumping is a crutch.
See,
Real men don't need that.
I watched him stream just before the show thinking, alright, I'll get some knowledge on this Bomberman Hero so I can talk about it. And he was playing a different 3D Bomberman game.
Yeah, he's probably playing Second Attack again.
His Second Attack he was playing. There was a boss that just wouldn't die, so... okay, so this is what he said about it. 57-second improvement. This was during a non-stream practice run today before I play for the Shark stream this afternoon. We'll talk about Shark stream a bit later. I lost 30 seconds in Cool Cave due to poor play, but had some beast boss fights. Sub 51 should be barely possible. So, this is just like a Bomberman platforming game, right? Have any of us played it?
Nope.
Duckfist played it? Duckfist just refusing.
Nope.
Understand.
Nope. I've played Bomberman 64, but when I learned this one was single player, I didn't play it.
Cool Kid, have you played this game?
Never.
No. I mean, it might be fun, but judging by who plays these games, probably not fun.
No.
Oh man,
You can jump.
this
Real
looks great.
Bomberman can't
Did you
jump.
highlight the scene where he fell?
He did.
Right. Okay. Oh man,
That's cool.
that's
I like
wall jumps. I like that.
I think
Real Bombermen use bombs to jump. There's always a very real chance of killing yourself when you want to go slightly higher.
So yeah, I mean, it looks kind of cool, but I'm sure it's not. But it's Kirk Q, and it's a record, and I think there is some kind of competition for this game.
Yeah, I'm sure Annie and Ness play it.
Yeah, exactly. And Peaches probably has it, so... I mean, I don't really understand this sort of throw-in stuff. I get that that's the Bomberman guy, but I can see more of him than I normally can.
More than you normally can?
Well, yeah, because normally he's just like top-down, right?
In NES
Not in the-
version.
Yeah, not in the N64 versions.
Yeah, well, I mean in the Saturn Bomberman, the best Bomberman. Duh. Alright. Next up, PJ, Feasel. I think
I've played it. This game. All right, the next.
this is a new one. This is New Ground too,
Yeah.
Newgrounds.
because it's Sega CD game.
That's right. This is We didn't even have. Wait, is that?
That's the Sega CD icon.
Got the Sega CD icon. He
He
did
got
get
it. He found
Wow.
one.
Wow.
Yeah,
What
that's
is-
the Sega CD.
Yeah,
No,
we'll
it's
just
like
pretend
Genesis.
that's
No.
what it is.
Definitely not. That's a Sega CD, dude. don't
If we
lie.
all agree that it is, that makes it so.
Yeah.
There's the little circle, dude. That's
If
like
we get the cool kid endorsement, then it is.
Cool Kid. That's a Sega
is.
CD, right?
It's a Sega CD.
Yeah, fuck it is.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Done.
Cool.
Take that, Model 1 Genesis. You've just been erased.
All right, go for
Well,
it.
we've got this game called Rise of the Dragon. It was originally a PC game released in 1990, and then they made this port to Sega CD a few years after that. This is, let me see, the run is 1933 for the good ending version. I'm actually not sure if it's 100% or good ending. I know 100% also implies that it's good ending, but this might, I think he might also get all the items too. I think it might actually be 100% run. But, so basically it's this adventure game in like the Sierra style. I think this game was made by Dynamics, which was bought by Sierra Online eventually. So it's like a classic style adventure game, but it's sort of based on like a Blade Runner type theme. In fact, I think the main character's name is Blade Hunter, so it's like quite obvious what.
William Hunter,
Yeah.
at least.
So anyway, you go around and like any kind of adventure game, you search these rooms, find items, you've got an inventory, and there's a lot of really interesting little puzzles to solve. Like you have to defuse bombs, and you've got to like enter codes into places. But there's just like all kinds of really like crazy stuff in it. This game was like made with very adult themes in mind. So there's all kinds of like gore. There's like prostitution. Like
Right, look at these bathrooms. They're gritty, man.
I know, and yeah, and there was even like some approximation of like partial nudity in it too, which
Whoa.
at the time I'm sure was really shocking.
Any
In the
game, any
Yeah.
of these games that has like pixelated version of actual people in their video, like that guy.
Exactly.
Oh man, this game looks awesome.
Was that
It is
candy
kinda
bar
neat.
called Fisto?
It's called Fisto the Candy Bar.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But but anyway, they toned it down a little bit for the Sega CD version, but it's still got an MA-17 rating, even though they took out,
Wow.
the implied sexual references and whatnot. But the weird thing about it is, it's mostly an adventure game, and then you get these weird little platforming sections, and the
Yeah.
platform is so awkward, and it's
Look
like,
at you jump, dude.
I know. And I don't understand how sometimes you pass through guys and sometimes you don't. They also give you way too much health, so you basically doesn't really matter too much if you get hit. It's kind of
I
weird.
love all the frames of animation during your jump there.
Yeah.
All 6 of them are great.
But it's pretty cool. And the Sega CD version actually had voice acting, unlike the original one. I'm sure it was great. We can't hear the audio, but it was fantastic voice acting.
I imagine it's fantastic. It's got to be. So, this game, we had a guy message the show. Wow. Whoa. Oh my
It's
god.
got some great like comic book style art, and like the cutscenes in the game are really neat.
Splinterface incoming?
Doesn't it seem like?
We had so we had this guy Rebcar message the channel saying, "Hey, I've been toying around with speedrunning for a while. Here's a load of my records and times. Are any of these actually times?" And we did our best to sort through them, and we determined that at least this one is.
This one is the jewel of the
This is
bunch.
the jewel of the bunch.
Yeah.
This is Rise of the Dragon by Rebcar. So congratulations. Yeah, I don't really know if the others were records or not. We don't think they are. But this one, even if it isn't, we had to make a highlight video.
I'm pretty sure that it is. Not that there's a lot of competition for
Yeah.
the game.
That's just awesome, dude. That looks so cool. Alright, and that's again ending this week. There will be no more weird game highlight videos, I'm afraid. Next up is Meat Boy. There's no highlight video. No, there isn't. This Meat Boy, its breakdown 106%, 152.06, about a minute faster than his last run, I believe. It just says woo. So woo. He got that just before the show.
Let me check.
So how many deaths was that?
I don't know. Maybe he can tell us.
Good question.
I mean, you could practically just like start keeping track by deaths, since like
Yeah,
he's got all the stage strats down. And it's just
152.
Well, he did make a change to his route recently. So he's using fly wrench for like 13 levels now.
Oh no. But he
Yep.
hates Fly Wrench.
I like Fly Wrench. What's
No,
wrong?
you don't. You don't
Yes, I do.
like
I
him.
like it.
No, you don't.
Just to be contrary, that's all.
Yeah, the Fiesel endorsement doesn't help his cause.
All right, and then finally we have. Whoa, hang on, 2 games on the 360? That's not right. Must be something wrong here. This is a current generation game. This game came out in the last year. This doesn't make sense. What's it doing on the show? This is well, ignore those times because
Are they really at the same time?
It's fine. No, it's not that big a
No.
coincidence, but it's kind of close. This is Batman Arkham City 360. This is the PAL version, but that runs at 60 frames a second anyway, so there's no difference. It's a 145 single segment hard mode, no Catwoman. I can't really remember what Catwoman, what changes that about that, but there's no Catwoman. She's an extra character and does stuff. And hard mode, I think, is the hardest this game gets. But he's been working on this for quite a while. I know it was quite a few weeks ago he sent us a message about his Arkham City run.
Yeah.
Saying, I've been working on this run. I don't think it's good enough at the moment, but here's the time anyway. And we said to him, oh, we'll mention it next week. And we forgot. But luckily he beat the time and gave us a new one. And since then, this is quite a lot faster than that was, isn't it? Like 6-7 minutes, right?
Yeah, I thought his next best was like 151.
Yeah, I recall 150 something. So this is about 7 minutes quicker than that is.
Yeah.
And this game is super good. If any of the 5 of you in the audience who have a current generation console, you might want to play this. It's also out on PC. So the one of you with a PC powerful enough to play this game, you can enjoy it on that as well. But it's a really popular game. It's really good, and it's quite open, it's sandboxy, open-ended. So I imagine a lot of the time save just comes from going through the
He's out of
wall.
bounds now.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, it's Darksiders now.
Yeah. So this just guaranteed that it needs to be watched because he's gone out of bounds.
Perfect.
Amazing. All right,
You were
so
saying?
Yeah.
go watch it now. All right, this is.
You can't go watch it now.
Well, no, you can't. You got to watch the rest of the show.
he just set this like a few hours ago.
Yeah.
So the run isn't finished encoding, but when it is finished uploading, he's gonna send me a link, and I'm gonna put it in the link database.
Yeah. Link
So
database.
just check back like tomorrow,
Yeah.
and it should be in there.
Yeah, he finished this, I think, 50 minutes before we went live. And I was joking. I was like, oh, how's he going to make a highlight video in that time? But he found a way,
Yeah, he sure did.
which is awesome.
I'm glad he did too, because I've never
Yeah.
even seen this game before.
Yeah, it's really good, really popular. I've not actually played City. I played through parts of the one before it, which is Arkham Asylum.
Asylum?
Yeah.
Is this the one that's in AGDQ?
I believe it isn't. I believe Asylum is going to be at AGDQ. Oh, Mike says it is.
Nice.
Cool.
That's
So,
gonna be awesome.
no, that will be good. That'll go down a storm, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm glad to see he's worked on it so much because he wasn't too confident about it a few weeks ago. But
Yep. Oh, this is being submitted too. So if any of the 5 of you who have the next gen consoles have played this, you should go verify it's your own.
All right. Okay. So now we got some TASes to mention. PJ, do you want to roll through these quickly?
I actually didn't watch these. Fiesel, did you add these?
I added them. I watched some of the Final Fantasy one, but so the Final Fantasy. Okay, so the first one we have is Final Fantasy 1, the first Final Fantasy game for the NES, and this is in 109.57 by the Axeman. It's only a very slight improvement over the previous. It's 9.11 seconds, and just looking at the notes, it looks like most of it is from. Let me see.
Didn't he use more tens or something to manipulate battles?
Yeah, something. Yeah, it's from battle manipulating. Yeah, using the tens to manipulate the battles. That's right. And then he also saved some time by was he like something about the inn? Was he like resetting or something like that and saving it and then reloading to get outside?
Yeah, I put him outside the town quicker than if he would have walked out.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
The
as you might
X-Man
expect,
makes ridiculously good Final Fantasy 1 TASes.
Yeah, it's really cool. I always like seeing like all the characters get killed off but one, which ends
Yeah.
up saving you time because you don't have to run from the encounters with everybody.
All right,
Yeah,
and then
he did the 4 white mage task too, which was
is that the one
hilarious.
which ended with the boss killing itself or something?
Yep.
Yeah, boss
Yeah.
runs away.
Yeah. All right, and then we got Castlevania: Dawn of Sorrow. Which Castlevania game is this one again? The DS
It's one
one?
of the DS ones.
Yeah. Luckily, they sort of put a clue in the name with the subtitle. I can try and figure it out quite often.
Castlevania DS.
DS, yeah, and then an HD is the one on XBLA.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
There's also Harmony of Dissonance.
Harmony of
Which is
Dissonance. No, but that's HOD. Wait, oh, fuck. No, that's not fair.
See,
Anyway,
it's terrible.
this is 19 minutes 20.63 by CPA Dolph, or is it Kappa Dolph?
I think it's CPA Dolph.
I think it's CPA.
Yeah, it should be CPA Dolph.
Yeah.
CPA is kind of like a Swedish, I know. I'm not sure if it would call it like a joke or whatever.
If it's
but-
Swedish, it's not a joke.
It's a Swedish thing you wouldn't understand.
Yeah, it is a Swedish thing.
When
It's-
my Swedish friend was staying with me, he claimed that like a noise like where you like suck in air through your mouth is like agreement in Gothenburg at the moment, and people in Gothenburg do it all the time.
That's where
Uh-huh.
Jenny's from. Ask him.
It's
Yeah,
more like,
True.
isn't it?
It's like something like that, and basically I punched him in the face every time he did it until he stopped. So that worked out. All right, and then as far as races go, there's an SMW puzzle race Saturdays at 6 p.m. EST, which is noob friendly.
Well, not Saturdays. A Saturday. This is a one-time.
Oh, it's a one-time thing.
instance. I mean, yeah, but Dunnius has made another Super Mario World puzzle, and where it's happening next Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and this is quote-unquote noob-friendly, so that's nice to know. So
Nice.
puzzle races for Super Mario World, always fun. This is number...
How puzzle is it? Is this Chronikes is the only person who's going to be able to solve it puzzle,
Yeah.
or is it like?
Well, no, noob-friendly, so it's not going to be like block duping and,
Right,
clipping
right.
and stuff like that. So, yeah, it should be good. I don't know. This is number 3. We'll have to see. There's not even enough of these done to establish a precedent at this point, so it could be anything.
All right, and then obviously Super Metroid Friday nights midnight EST. That's weekly.
I believe that's every week, yes?
Yeah, they race the Japanese guys, which is why it's on quite late.
Right.
And then there's Link to the Past, Sundays 3 p.m. EST.
Right, before the show, yeah, they do an any percent and then often a puzzle race as well.
Oh,
So
nice. I did see a puzzle race recently went on.
they did that today, yeah.
And as far as news goes, apparently the European Speedsters Assembly is happening, 16th and 19th August. That's lenendi.se/ESA schedule. You can find that out, what's being played there. I know Tompa will be there, as well as Frezzy,
Two.
K2.
I think Ginny's going.
I think Ginny's going. Who's the other really cool guy we like? I know Herblat's not going anymore.
Isn't Sven going?
Really cool guy.
Sven is...
He's got a whole day to himself.
Yeah.
He's got the bonus stream, like 50 hours of Svenna.
Yeah. Arctic
Um,
Eagle's going to run Zelda 2.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
right.
Oh, yeah. And I believe K2's going to be there.
Yeah,
So that's pretty awesome. I'm definitely watching that.
yeah.
Yes.
Apparently RoboSparkle was going too, so yeah, check that one out. And then big news going on right now and has been all weekend, the Shark Savers Marathon. That's right, the same sharks who sort of latched onto Peaches. I was going to say PJ there, but Peaches at the AGDQ. They ran a shark stream last year, and this year I guess they approached Peaches and said, "Hey, do you want some friends want to stream some speedruns for this?" And hey, that's what's going on. So 72 hours. It started Friday night and it's running until tomorrow. There's quite a lot of games. It's basically like Kirkyu, Peaches, Nez, Annie, Cosmo, Sigfa did a bunch of stuff for it, and a few other guys playing loads of games. And at the same time, all donations, you can pick a drawing, and their artist will draw it for you live. It's a pretty cool idea, actually. And I got 2 pieces of artwork done. One of them you can see as the is a version of our normal art, our normal screen with sharks instead. And I tried really hard, guys, to get a Splinterface shark picture for you, but something went wrong and it was never drawn. So I don't know when it will happen. I'm sorry. I really wanted it ready for the show, but I'm afraid something, it's just not happened. I'm really sorry about that. But you can see the some of the art. There is a gallery. Some of the art is kind of suspect. You might find some of it a bit weird, a bit odd, but there are pictures of sharks doing awesome things, so just look at those ones, please.
Yeah.
Do not. There's quite a few actually which are interesting of the runners. So Peaches, Annie, runner guy actually did some stuff for it, and Nez. Can you get the cat poke one up?
Which one is that?
I'll get the picture for you. There's
What?
the cat poke. I'll find it. If you remember, we did cat poke last week, was it, or was it the week before? And
It was.
Ness's birthday.
it was Ness's birthday week. And so yeah, there's a bunch of art. Some of the art, yeah, is cool. Other art is yeah. So that's the art we did, as
Looks
you can
great.
see. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. And then this is the Nez one. That's Annie the catfish too.
Catfish with Bomberman hat.
Yeah, it's Annie meows as a catfish,
Wow.
and that's Nez Kamacuti. Give him a poke.
Oh.
So that is pretty sweet, if you ask me.
Mhm.
And then, Tony Hawk's Underground, someone actually finished a run, which confused the hell out of me, because we were just talking the other day about how no one ever would. But some guy sort of came out of nowhere and said he'd done one for PC, so I don't know if it's any good or not. And then some verifications went up. Skyward Sword by Paraxay got accepted. F-Zero ILs, that's the NES, no, SNES.
SNES, yeah.
God, could you imagine that run on NES? That'd be crazy. By, is it Wooter?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are up. Dynasty Warriors 4, Extreme Legends gone up. Resident Evil 2, Ghost in the Shell Online Complex, and Dream TV. All runs went up on this. Got through verification.
Verified, yeah.
Yeah, not up on the site.
They're not up on site, but they're coming.
All right, and spectacularly slow, as per usual. It's
Yeah.
time to get into Game of the Week.
Exceeded expectations.
Oh, there's not that many records. It will be short.
But they were fun ones.
They
Yeah.
were fun ones, yes.
Yep.
So let's get into Game of the Week. It's Mega Man 3. We have Cool Kid here to go through as much as we can in the
And Duckfist as well.
and Duckfist 2. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Way to go, Flicky.
Nah, sorry. Man.
it's fortunate that Tiki couldn't be here since he has done actual runs of the game well.
Whoa, man, you're number 1 on
On
SRL.
SRL,
Wow.
yeah.
He's a better player. Like, I've only done races of the game. I never really got into the game seriously, but
Shh.
yeah,
Shut
I'm
up.
very familiar with the game nonetheless, and I'm bad at it.
Hey,
Yeah, it's-
according to SRL, you're only 22 seconds slower than Tiki, and that's what we're going with.
Yeah.
Well,
You're killing our credibility the more you insult yourself.
all right. 22
He's
seconds.
modest. He's modest.
Anyway,
He's actually
but,
really good.
Yeah, Mega Man 3 was released in 1990, I think. September in Japan, in November in America. And the European release it got released in 1992 in Europe, which isn't surprising. Like, we got our games like way later. And
That's a lot
that's-
later. Wow.
Yeah. We didn't even get Mega Man 6 over here. PAL format.
I love how Duckfist is going to mislead everybody with these pictures of the floppy and that.
Mega Man 3, definitely, very different game, compared to Mega Man 2. I mean, introduce the slide, introduce, Rush, Robotic Dog. That's, main difference, between the predecessor.
The sliding's
But
big,
also-
though. No, that's
Yeah, it's definitely, the big thing. Changed up the game. Like, Mega Man 2, like if you run it with sips and glitches, it's sort of more of like. I mean, I'm not sure if you can divide it like the games into like trick-based game, like execution-based game, if that makes any sense. But Mega Man 3 is definitely more about playing really well, having really good execution, other than hitting very precise tricks like in Mega Man 2 or Mega Man 1.
Right, Mega Man 2, where you're basically going out of bounds everywhere.
Yeah, so that may appeal to some people. I was myself. I prefer Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 2 for speedrunning, but Mega Man 3 is a really good game for speedrunning nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a really like solidly developed game. I mean, there's certainly no like level skipping or even like room skipping glitches. I mean, not really. I guess you can skip a couple of the mini bosses, like flying over the snake or something.
You can slide through the snake. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Right. You can sit through the bubbles, apparently, which we'll see later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about sipping in this game, though, it's not very practical for real time. Like, well, okay, if you were to watch the recent tests of the game, you would think, oh, wow, this is really fast. Why is no one really doing this in real time? Like, the issue is that if you were to do rush hits, you can do, like, sips with rush hits in this game, in Gemini Man stage, but if you were to do this in Road Master stages, you would have to change the routes, which would be an issue for real time. The task route though does Gemini Man last, so it has all of the upgrades and weapons, so that isn't really an issue. And the thing is about sips, they're really precise. Like I toyed around with them a lot, and while in the Dark Robot stage, it's feasible to go for, since you don't really have to sacrifice anything on the routes. You go there with all the upgrades and weapons, but it's so difficult to pull off. It's just not feasible to go for in real-time run. It's my opinion, unfortunately, because those tricks do look really cool.
So did they just make them harder to do, or?
Yeah, Capcom made them harder to do.
What arseholes.
But yeah, basically what you do is that in order to perform a sip, I'm not sure if anyone has seen it. Oh, we're in Shadowman stage. Oh yeah, this fight's a very important fight.
Yeah, this is Tiki's run, so I mean, we have to talk about kind of root differences between that, like Agrawaf and Hoda Ruby. Start with Gemini Man first.
Yeah, but just as far, because I'm trying to stick to the document, because otherwise I'm going to get confused. With history, I mean, for the Western run, it's basically just Tiki did a Mega Man 3 run, right? No one else really.
It's been picked up a little bit for for racing on SRL, but
yeah.
So there's a few people.
Yeah, no serious grinds for like world records or submission or anything like that.
Yeah, because Tiki got a big bounty for this, didn't he?
Yeah.
Was it this one? I thought it was Mega Man 6 that he did bounty for.
I think it was both. Rezi put up a whole bunch of bounties, I think, and Tiki took them all.
Yeah. And then the Japanese guys. Now, Hotoribi and Agawaf run this, right? Or have run this?
Yes.
Now, that's a pretty scary combination, right?
It really is, but I mean, Hodorubi's got Agrawaf beaten by quite a large margin. I actually haven't seen Hodorubi's run. It's apparently privately shared, so it's not really available to the public, but as far as I know, it's really, really solid.
Yeah, I've watched his run, and well, Agrawaf and Hodorubi use different routes. Like Agrawaf, I can't pronounce his name really, but he starts off with Magnet Man. It's like turn Taz does, and Hodorubi starts out with Gemini Man, like the old Taz routes. There's like first a couple of Mega Man 3 Taz that started out with Gemini Man, then they went to Needle Man, and yeah, those two. And
I think I saw a run that started with Magnet Man.
yeah, that's in a real-time run.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Agrawaf.
Right. Okay.
The guy's
Yeah.
run.
We just call him Agawaf because there's no way to say his actual ID.
Yeah, but he is a really good Mega Man player. I mean, he would done runs of Mega Man 3 up to 6.
Yeah, he's got the world record for 4 right now, and I was I was studying his run quite a bit, and he.
It's good.
Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah.
if he would spend more time on this game, I'm sure he'd be really close to Hotarugu, but it's probably been a long time because I know he's definitely one of the top players.
Yeah, see, here in the bubble section, probably like delay, but you can zip through those bubble blocks using rush yet. And there is even, I can do a small zip there as well without rush yet, but it's pretty much just as precise as the rush yet zips, so it's not very feasible to go for. But it do look really cool.
And skipping that Proto-Man cutscene kind of messes up the graphics of those penguins, from what I understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, the advantage of, starting off with Gemini Man, you can kill Gemini Man really quickly because with the Buster, even though it only takes 1 hit points of damage from the Buster, because when he has his clone up, his twin, if you hit, if you damage, you damage guy number 1, and then you proceed to damage guy number 2, the hit invincibility timer resets for guy number 1 when you hit guy number 2, so you can combo him really quickly with Buster.
And that's only possible for the first half of the fight, I guess, right? Because he goes down to one person halfway through.
But it still dies, really quickly. So, that's kind of also starting up with Gemini Man. You will have start up with Gemini Man and then go to Needle Man. Once you've beaten Needle Man, you gain Rush Yet, which obviously is
Pretty good.
quite a big deal.
Yeah.
But you start with Gemini Man, kill Needle Man. Hotarugi, after Needle Man, he goes to I think it's this is Snake Man. No, wait, he doesn't go. He goes to Spark Man, and then Magnet Man, and then Snake Man. Now, I'm not sure if we should discuss Tika's run or Hotarugi's run right now, but it's kind of hard. But advantages with Tika's run is that, like his route, starting out with Top Man, is that I haven't done this route in like a long time, so I can't really remember. It's a bit easier, and
it's just simply easier and I guess more obvious since it's the only boss weak against Buster. But yeah, I'm not really sure myself.
Yeah, actually, Magnet Man also takes 2 hit points of damage from the Buster, but he's harder to kill. He's more annoying, definitely, to kill. Magnet Man with the Buster. This run, I mean, if you start with Gemini Man, you will have like powerful weapons in both Top Man stage and Shadow Man stage, which ends up saving time. Compared to starting off with Top Man and then going to Shadow Man.
Yeah, well, I guess in this run, or pretty much any run, it's like you're stuck with the boss order from the very beginning. Like, so if you go to Top Man, TT's just going to proceed in the predicted boss order, and had he gone like Magnet Man first or Gemini Man first, he would have a few extra weapons to save time in Shadow Man stage. So I guess starting with Top Man, he makes a few sacrifices early on that had you chosen a different route, you'd be able to go through a little faster. I guess starting with Gemini Man, Gemini Laser is one of the strongest weapons in the game, even though it causes a lot of lag. Shooting at point blank can take down a lot of enemies like right away.
Yeah, it does pretty much one hit kill every regular enemy in the game, and
if I understand it right, one of the biggest issues for speedrunning this is just the immense lag that's all over the place, right?
Definitely. I mean, not only to reduce lag, but deal with the lag when you actually play the game.
Right.
Because it definitely throws you off. I mean, like having delayed inputs, a lot of moves makes the game definitely a lot harder to run. I mean, even definitely also with tasters to task the game, definitely a very frustrating part of the game as well. Trying to make sure that you get the least amount of lag. It's a really difficult game to task as well. As
you could see it there in that clip where
you can see it.
Well, you can see it at this level
on this screen in particular. Just ridiculous.
Yeah, Mega Man 3 has a lot of like series firsts, and one of them is definitely just huge lag.
I thought that was one of the main weaknesses of this route, and why so if you start with Gemini Man or like Agrawaf does, he starts with Magnet Man. you have really good weapons that can kill enemies really quickly.
Yeah, yeah. In this Snake Man stage, you'll have Magnet Man's weapon, which you can kill like these mini like snake heads, big snake heads, like really quickly. And the Hammer Joes, you can kill those really quickly as well with the Magnet weapon. And also speeds up Top Man's Top Man stage tremendously, having the Magnet and Gemini laser, because you can just kill enemies so quickly.
Now
Yeah.
here on the stream right now, like by jumping on Rush Jet continuously like that, it doesn't actually use weapon energy. And he also by jumping off the top of the screen, that reduces lag a little bit since Mega Man's sprite's not being rendered.
That's a double win.
It might actually make you move a little faster. Maybe that's just like the lag kind of tricking me, but
Yeah, definitely, because once Mega Man is off screen, that definitely makes the game lag less having him off screen. And also, well, obvious thing to kill the bosses, you want to be as close as the middle as possible, so you can obtain the power up quickly. Well, quicker than if you would stand in the far right edge of
Wait,
the room.
right.
And also depends on where you kill the boss. See, if you kill the boss like the far right edge of the room, it will take longer for like the victory tune over there to stop playing, because all of the boss particles, like him exploding, needs to be off the screen before it starts playing. So if you want to be fully optimal, you want to kill him in the middle of the screen as well. Same goes for Mega Man 4. Mega Man 5 and 6, you want to kill him in the edge of the screen to reduce lag, to have more particles disappear from the screen quicker.
And that kind of thing is like really hard to manipulate, because I mean sometimes you're just stuck with the boss's AI loop. I found it really hard in Mega Man 4 to do that, but it's definitely noticeable because you have this really slow like explosion particle just like animating, like floating off the screen. There's just like one of them, and then when it finally disappears, the victory tune starts. So
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's more of a task thing. Like real time, you just want to kill him quick enough, not to really worry about that.
or like in Mega Man 9 or 10, the in-game timer, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Right. And so now you're saying that lag is one of the big differences between the Anniversary Collection version and the original version. So you said that's like lag-free, the Anniversary Collection?
Oh yeah. All of the NES, as far as I know, I played Anniversary Collection on Dolphin GameCube emulator. I tried it out once. It was pretty funny playing an NES game on a GameCube emulator, but yeah, it lacks lag in the NES games, as far as I know.
is that actually a good version of it? Because normally, what I hear of anniversary collections and stuff like that it's terrible.
Well, it's a good version of Speedrun because it's way faster than the
Right.
original version. But like if you were to do like a race, like it would be a really unfair advantage to playing that version.
Right.
Version. Like we had like issues with that. Like this game was really popular for racing last summer, and I don't know, we kind of like disallowed the Anniversary Collection for racing, unfortunately, because it ended up being too big of an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, getting into some of the other differences, another thing that speeds it up quite a bit is you have L and R fast weapon switching in pretty much all of the classic Mega Man games on the Anniversary Collection. So, I mean, that eliminates pausing altogether, and you can invent more creative ways to use weapons throughout stages. So, I mean, that alone. I mean, did we even mention Mega Destructor's 9 time for Anniversary Collection is what, 32:29? I mean, that's like 30 minutes
Jesus
faster
Christ, something like that.
than even
It's
Hotaru.
monstrous.
Yeah, it's also the game
There's
has
the slide glitch too.
the slide glitch is really cool. That if you slide in like the Dark Robot stages, you have to defeat 2 bosses in order to beat every Dark Robot stage. If you beat the first like Dark Robot guy boss in the stage while you're sliding, you'll walk at slide speed for the rest of the stage. And
That's
it's-
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really cool glitch.
The Needleman stage, the Doc Robot Needleman stage has like that entire Rush Jet section right after you beat the Airman clone. So if you do the slide glitch, you move at slide speed all the way across that Rush Jet section.
All right,
Does that save
gotta
the
play
energy
back
too?
this Mega Man 3 Mega Destructor 9 run. Find that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I got a shot
Yeah.
at speed, which is really amusing.
Oh, there you go. You got it.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, yeah, it
Where is it?
should be.
Okay, yeah, there it is.
Um,
So how does that work exactly? I'm sorry, I missed that. I actually don't know.
Yeah, you slide during the like just as you like defeat the first like dog robot boss on the stage, like you defeat him during a slide, and somehow that like makes the game confused or something, and thinks that you're still sliding instead of like slide speed.
You can just see how much faster this looks. Just like anyway.
Oh, yeah, this boss fight has a ton of lag in this version as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this boss fight has also like a really cool glitch, which isn't like really useful.
Oh my
but
god, look at him.
Super speed.
He's running with purpose now. Oh my Jesus!
Yeah, it's amazing.
Incredible. Why does... Fuck, run this version instead. It's way better.
Also in
Yeah.
Mega Man 3, you go up ladders way faster than in the first two games.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good thing.
That shit is so OP.
And you can already see the fast weapon switching, just like making this so much
Yeah.
better. No lag, Gemini laser. I mean, the the slowdown differences are just like completely distinct between the versions.
Yeah.
It's really funny to watch.
Hilarious.
Is that cancelled when you slide again?
I think so.
It just looks like a different game. Like, just so much faster.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could definitely tell like why this version of the game, you know,
It's not fair, yeah.
get unfair. But it's really cool run nonetheless.
Alright, so, unless I'm mistaken, I don't actually know what Hotorubi's time is. Did we say, or?
35:22
on the Japanese version.
The thing is though,
Right.
I recall him or someone saying that he had a 34-minute time, but I'm not sure how accurate that is.
Mm.
But yeah, there was no video of that run, so. But
Alright, and then, the other one, the SDA run you saw earlier, 3706, and this one now, 3229. This is the Anniversary Collection version by Mega Destructor. Apparently there's a TAS of the Jap version in 3044. That's with the glitches, yeah. The zips.
yeah,
And extreme lag reduction.
Extreme.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
Go on.
yeah, the zips aren't, that big of a deal, but TAS, definitely, speeds things up. I mean,
Yeah.
seeing them perform perfectly. Also, it's just, the insane, precision. Like, you can tell, like there aren't really, any, like, TAS exclusive tricks. It's just that, you play with, like, such precision. You can bring it down the time, like, so low, like a 30-minute time.
Yeah, in Mega Man games with sliding, I mean, there's so many frame precise things that are done so quickly that you normally just kind of overlook during a regular run, but can be easily achieved.
Yeah,
like a task, like, just
definitely.
like ladder jumping. I mean, just perfect slide jumping off of ledges. Frame perfect sliding. I mean, just doing that constantly saves a huge amount of time.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, I'm sure they were working. I think Butch Man, the guy who has been making TASs for Mega Man 4 and Mega Man 5, he was working on a new TAS, but this was back in 2009, so it's been a while. But there has been like a few new cool discoveries. I mean, back in 2009, a few years ago, isn't that new, but still, they aren't featuring new TAS. But he believes that he might use a new routes, but he might have given up on the game, seeing as this was back in 2009. But
Yeah, it's quite a while ago.
yeah, instead of starting up with Magnet Man, like new TAS does, most recent TAS does, he would start up with Top Man and then go to Shadow Man, like the Tiki's routes. And then he would go to I think Magnet Man, because of the like the rush yet menu glitch,
Right.
where if you have Shadow Blade, you can select rush yet in the menu even though you don't have an.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask if there was any application for that.
Yeah, as of now, no, but he he might. I mean, he's obviously given up on the project by now, but that might be a possibility, being faster. And also, he found like a new way in this fight to kill this guy in one round, which previously was impossible in for a task. Where you first hit stealth hitting with the needle, the woodman duck robots. You hit him with top spin twice, which hits him for 4 hit points of damage. And that's like even if he has his leaf shield up, you can hit him with top spin, and that damage makes you able to kill him in one round. It saves about 2 seconds for a task. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah. That was really cool.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
Yeah, and also he found ways to he makes enemies disappear, like from this, like enemies that move like side to side. Like he makes changes like the camera over there so that they disappear, so that the game causes less lag. And Shadowman stage and the Dark Robot Sparkman stage, like those hologram things that makes the screen go dark, you can make those disappear with precision. So yeah, I mean, yeah, the game has a lot of those cool small time sayers, some cool tricks.
Yeah.
Also has a bunch of really cool glitches that you don't really get to see in real time runs, unfortunately.
Alright. So there's a few things here about US and Japanese version. Doesn't seem to be that much of a difference, seeing as the second thing on this list is the subtitle is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just try to scrounge up some of the actual differences, and I mean, as far as speedrunning goes, it's it doesn't really matter. I mean, there's some small cosmetic differences, really.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, the only difference would be if you're making a task, where timing starts on power on, but obviously it doesn't matter for real-time runs.
But the game's full name is Rockman 3 Dr. Wily's Last Moment.
Yeah,
sorry.
all the Mega Man games other than the first one in Japan have some kind of quirky subtitle after it, but it never actually made it internationally.
Oh, no way. Alright, and then
I like this thing about getting a corrupted boss screen or selection screen in the Japanese version.
Yeah, that's very interesting how they fixed that in the American version.
I had a picture of that somewhere.
Yeah,
I
posted it. It looks crazy.
Put a picture in there.
They just look like they need some more sleep. It looks like the bosses are just a little sleep.
that is a really odd glitch.
Yeah, that happens if you defeat a Hardman while he's doing his earthquake attack, or I think that's the cost. And if you do that, Mega Man will be he will be standing aside the floor, the ground. He'll be slightly lower on the screen, so that somehow makes the boss selection weirder. His position.
I love Needle Man. It looks like he's just been punched really hard and he's wincing.
Yeah, but they added a piece of code in the American version which checks if you're fighting Hardman. If you're fighting Hardman, the game does a fix for the camera just as the boss fight ends. It's not in the Japanese version.
Alright, and it would be, we'll do it briefly, but it would be remiss of us not to mention that there is a mobile phone version, a PC version, and also a Genesis/Mega Drive version on the Wily Walls. I think you have to mention those just for the sake of it. The PC version looks like a typical DOS title from this era. You'll see some pictures of it later if you're lucky.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah. Alright. Okay, so let's talk about the techniques. There's actually quite a lot of them written down here.
Yeah, a lot of these are centered around sliding. I guess that's because that's the new mechanic in the game. But I mean, yeah, Cool Kid, if you want to start us off.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, most of these glitches, most definitely the sipping, aren't really practical to do in real time. Although they're very cool tricks. But like the main like technique, I mean not the main technique, but like the easiest technique to do in real time is the you can like cancel out rush. That if you have rush out, say you have rush call out on the screen, but you put it in like the wrong place, you can you can just slide and then press start during the slide to like remove him, cancel out from the screen, instead of actually having to like bring up the menu. Like sort of like cool little trick, which is used. It's kind of useful in that it reduces lag in a few places where, especially in this stage 1-3, I mean in the S version, on the first screen of stage, you kill a bunch of grenade dudes, and the lag there is so intense. Like, and you have rush call equipped, which adds extra lag because you shoot while having rush call out. So you slide and press start to remove him from the screen. To make
we have a video clip of that, right?
Yeah, I think made an input file of that. And I made an input file of the zipping. It's kind of cool to show off as well. And
Okay, let me find that.
It's Wily 2 rush check cancel.
yeah, isn't really that noticeable. I mean, lag-wise, but it's like may save like a few frames of lag. Like there.
Oh,
There he goes. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I only do it once. And also, you see me there like kind of hesitating for his like slide jump. It's because if you seeing as this is the first Mega Man game with the slide sort of has like a few issues in that you can't jump too soon after doing a slide in this game, which kind of becomes like a huge like big problem when you slide off like slide off blocks that are like one tile wide, if that makes any sense.
Like in Gemini Man stage when you're hopping across all those really small blocks. Yeah, it's really risky to do those slide jumps.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I kind of tested it out because Igriso was kind of curious about it, and I think it was 8. You can jump 8 frames. Like you need to slide for these 8 frames before you can jump out of a slide. In Mega Man 3, you slide for 20 frames, if I'm not mistaken. So the slide in Mega Man 3 is a bit shorter than in Mega Man 4, 5, and 6, where you slide for 25 frames, I think. So yeah, that definitely makes it harder to use the slide efficiently.
It's also worth mentioning, like when sliding, it actually changes your hitbox. I mean, obviously it lets you slide through one tile-wide gaps, but since it makes your hitbox more horizontal, it pushes you off of the ledge a little bit more. So you can actually jump standing further off of the ledge if you slide jump off of it. So you can get like more horizontal distance off of like a really large pit. Of course, I mean, that's kind of risky because if you don't time it right, you're just going to fall off the ledge.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's sort of,
Doesn't sliding have some issues on like the dust bricks in Sparkman stage? Like if you slide to the right, sometimes you'll get zipped to the left and die.
I don't know really.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think I remember mentioning this with Tiki because it kept happening to me. And like if you're on the left side of the block, like that block there that Proto Man just dropped on Wily, if you're on the left half of the block sliding right, the zip or you slide and get pushed to the left and fall off.
That might be an actual thing.
Yeah. So like in the Sparkman Doc Robot whatever stage where it has pits between the dust bricks, if you try and get ahead of yourself and jump on the bricks and slide.
I'm laughing at Dr. Light, I'm sorry. It's where he's flapping his arms.
Okay, I haven't showed any of these clips that you guys made, so I'm just gonna put them all into a giant playlist and just play it.
Yeah,
Alright.
the text here is a bit different compared to NES version. The font is different.
This is where he's flapping his arms. Mega Man, hello! Classic. I love Dr. Light. He's my favorite.
Bombman's his title is Ground Disruption.
Alright, talk us through what's happening.
Okay, this is a weird glitch where, so-called nickname magnet sliding, where if you have something that pulls you towards you, you have something that pulls you towards you, and you cancel a slide, you'll zip then this also can do like extreme zips. Like this, you can do this in Magnet Man against Magnet Man and on the like the big magnets in the beginning of Magnet Man stage as well. And here is one of the rush jet zips.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. You know, you can definitely tell that they do save time, but it is like really hard to pull off efficiently. So
I mean, you wouldn't get that many chances at it before.
So okay, here, I think this is how you do it wrong. See, in this case, I didn't scroll the camera back.
What?
You need to do it like you enter the screen in a specific way. That Mega Man is too far on the right of the screen. He's kind of like off camera. So if you don't go back to the left and then go right again to position the camera correctly, he'll do that.
You just get.
Here's a different way. This is exact way how Ruby does it in his run. Getting by this bubble section without using Rush Marine or Rush Jet for most part. It saves about 2 seconds.
Wow, that's really badass, though.
I kind of want to mention like the damage boosting. This is the first Mega Man where you can actually just like turn around and damage boost.
Yeah, definitely.
In Mega Man like 1 and 2, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like it depends on like which side of the end of your hitbox is instead of like what direction you're facing.
Also, kind of weird in this game, if you slide into an enemy, you completely stop when you get hit.
Yep.
Unlike in other game, when you slide and you get hit, and you could push back.
It's like that in Mega Man 4 as well. So sliding into an enemy it'll just make you stay in place instead of knocking you back.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, here's a weird glitch for the Rush Marine against Bubble Dark Robot. He won't do anything at all.
I love how he's taking it. He's not even dying quickly.
Man.
That's good.
Oh yeah, we have no sound. Do we have sound for this clip?
No, no sound.
I don't think
Yeah, anyway.
A little bit of sound.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there's sound in the video, though, is there?
Okay, but anyway, I'm showing this up here again. There is a like if you touch the spikes, just as you transfer into a new screen, the music will stop. Which, okay, oh yeah, here's how it gets done. I believe this only can only occur in the Japanese version of the game. Because
I have the commercial for some reason in Japan, so that's what this is coming up. Sorry, this is all just like one big playlist right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Can you go back to that explosion kill where you just killed the guy in 1 second, please?
Magnet Man? Was that?
Yeah, I don't know. Like 2 videos ago.
that was the hard man gets stuck.
Oh
Oh,
man,
yeah.
yeah.
It's already damaged.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it isn't really noticeable here, but yeah, it has like a zip glitch there as well against Magnet Man.
Rockman 3!
But yeah, because you have to reset if this happens in Japanese. I think this is Japanese version only, because I tested it out in the American version. It appears that it's fine. Okay, you can slide over to like whole blocks, like pits that are like 2 blocks wide.
Yeah, that kind of illustrates how much longer your hitbox gets whenever actually sliding.
Yeah, but those are really precise.
Oh, it's the snake zip! Yeah!
Wow. So how do you just walk up, turn around, and slide on the same frame or something?
You have to slide. I'm not sure how exactly it works, but all I know is you have to slide on like very. This is very funny. I like the finish here.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Thanks, Rob.
so how do you zip? How do you zip through those things? What are you doing? You just if you just jump up on the coil, you go through.
Yeah, because you need like 2 blocks height, like tunnel. Use brush columns, moving platforms. You just click through.
Yeah, I guess you have like really high initial velocity when.
Here's a rush weapon like preservation glitch, where if you shoot like buster shots, when you have rush jet out.
Let me go back.
Oh wait, so you're shooting with rush jet, but then you're switching to a different item while the bullets are still in the air or something?
Yeah, and those bullets like gain the property of like the weapon you switch to. So like I switched to topspin. So those like 2 buster shots like deal the same damage as like 2 topspins.
Oh,
Yeah.
You think they would have caught that? How did they let that one go by?
Wow, yeah, that saves a huge amount of time now.
Bam! Look at that! Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And
Yeah. I think Tiki showed that off at AGDQ too.
yeah,
He did the snake zip, I know that. So I sat there making him do it.
It's really kind of cool. Like Mega Man wraps around and hit the spiky hand from below. That's
I like this one. What the heck is happening here? You just like zip off the top of the screen. Or
Yeah,
no, the clip just went by.
Yeah, he is just showing off like the top spin kill.
Yeah, so a top spin kills that section immediately, so you turn a buster shot into a top spin shot.
Yeah, here it's also showing off. Here it's doing the zip glitch without fixing the camera. So Mega Man is too far to the right, so he goes down the ladder, but he dies because the screen is. I believe Mega Man 5 also has that issue with the super arrow zips. I mean that, which. So yeah, it's really funny. So like you have to like reposition the camera before you do the zip, like at least before you go into the ladder, or else you die.
Oh. So the camera has to be locked against the edge of the screen before it can transition.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's weird.
You can do the same thing in Mega Man 2 without glitches in Crash on stage. If you go like long ladder section, like if you go down to like the very bottom, like while pressed against like left side of the screen, you can go down like a ladder and you'll die because the screen isn't to scroll like all the way to left. It's like how the game works.
I very much enjoyed having all of that happen in one big block.
Yeah.
Can I suggest we do this more often? It was almost like a glitch exhibition. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
well.
Yeah.
would have been like pretty good if. I mean, fortunately, I could show you how the Ruby's run of the game.
If only, yeah.
Yeah, but he want to keep it private. But his run is really cool, and shows a different route, and generally new tricks.
How old is the run?
I think it's from 2011, like April.
Oh right, it's quite recent then.
I thought his 3522 was only done a few months ago. I remember hearing about it like recently, but I know the one that came out like last year was his 35 like 31. I think that's the one on the Nico smiling wiki thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to say he just beat that one recently. Like that's the 22.
That might be accurate.
Alright, so I think aside from that, it's just a bit about lag reduction we haven't mentioned. Second controller cheats. Well, I guess we can do those quickly now. If you want to do that, then lag reduction, we can do questions, because Duckfist needs to mosey on out of there. Do you like that, Duckfist, because you're from Texas? You guys say mosey, don't you?
No,
Just
not a lot, but sure, why not? That's a good way to describe it. So.
Yeah,
we'll take some questions, and good news is the picture has been complete, so you'll be seeing the picture I asked for.
But I just kind of wrote down lag reduction just because that's one of the things I've thought of about this game. It's just a huge amount of lag, so you want to do what you can to reduce it.
Yeah,
but, I mean,
don't miss Gemini laser, right?
Yeah,
it's that's number one.
Yeah, but like really though, like any weapon, like if there are like enemies on the screen, you shoot out like like a regular buster shot, the game lag. So yeah, that's really an issue with the game.
Yeah, Mega Man 4 has the same problem. I mean, just even though they're tiny little yellow buster sprites, I mean, I guess it's just extra things on the screen that have collision checks, which kind of slows the game down. So I mean, a lot of cases you don't even want to shoot enemies, just jump over them or damage boost or something. Or just point blank shoot them so you don't have the sprite on the screen for very long.
Yeah, I mean, also the main I'll say difference between like a real time run of Mega Man 3 and a task run of Mega Man 3 is that you kill like a lot more enemies in a task run to reduce lag, but it is so hard to do in like a real time run. It's just that you take more damage, like save time, instead of like killing a lot of enemies. I know it's hard to explain. So yeah, definitely a really tough game, speedrun. It's hard to max out. I mean, I'm not even sure like what like the best like possible time, like console time would be. Like it's hard to tell this game because you can like improve your execution just by so much, like tighter like sliding.
Yeah, just like how you'd mentioned, just the large gap between like a task and a real run. Even there's no considerable new glitches that a task would use. It's just the sheer amount of like frame perfect execution you can do like every second of the run. Makes it so much so much stronger.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, maximizing, just executing everything on the smallest level keeps you going at this game for a while.
So, is there any? I'm guessing there's learning it is just a slog, really. Just try and do it.
Well, I mean, if I had to recommend, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I don't even play this game, but just in general, just like Mega Man, I really think it helps to really understand like all the physics and movement in the game. I mean, you can play through it without fully understanding the thing about like the horizontal hitboxes when slide jumping, or even like damage boosting. Knowing to turn around before doing it. Just small things like that. And then planning out your weapon usages, knowing when to switch weapons in every stage, because any time spent on the pause screen is time wasted, essentially.
Is there a lot of learning to deal with the lag as well, like not get killed by it? Because I imagine it could probably screw you over.
It can mess up like your timing on like sliding. I mean, if you have like a good, like Cool Kid said, it was like 20 frames or something. You have a good rhythm going, that messes it up completely as enemies are entering and leaving the screen. I mean, so you have to wind up to like a visual timing instead of just like time-based timing.
Yeah, definitely messes you up. Also, like with the lag during the slide, it also, makes, like say, in like very long stream genuine stage, the screen has a lot of lag, and because of that lag, you can jump out of the slide from first 8 frames, but because of the lag, you will have to like wait longer. It's sort of like things like that, kind of hard to like cope with as far as lag goes.
All right, guys. We're gonna take questions now because, as I said, we're gonna wrap the show up very soon. So just a few questions. If we want to do the shout-outs before questions, and then we'll save some time while we wait for some questions to come in. And Duckfist, if you could put up that picture that we got, that I posted there. So as far as shout-outs, Cool Kid, do you have anybody you want to say hi to?
Hudson's Adventure Island.
Absolutely.
That works, dude.
The cast behind Wizards and Warriors 3.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's it.
Was this the picture here?
I hope so. You'll know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, I don't know. No. Could have been like a bit more like extensive. I mean, I don't know.
Shoutouts to Tiki for providing us runs and not showing up because we didn't ask him until recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the thing I like the most about this game is that you want to do Gemini first, so you have a laser to kill enemies, so there's less lag. But if you miss with the Gemini laser, your attempt is over. Because it adds like 20 seconds to your run.
Yeah, you can't have more than one on the screen at once, and you have to wait for it to bounce around forever and disappear. So you do not want to miss that.
Yeah, so
and it creates the most ridiculous lag the world has ever seen.
You can see an example of that in the AGDQ run that Tiki did. Yeah.
I guess also like shoutouts to Yggdrasil. I mean, we pulled a lot of information off of his Mega Man RTA wiki. Oh, that's another thing. So if you want to learn to speedrun any Mega Man games, you should definitely check out this link. Can someone post that in chat? It's the Mega Man RTA Wikia. He and a bunch of the other Mega Man runners, mostly him though, just been filling out information on learning to speedrun all of them.
Wait, there's a Mega Man RTA wiki?
Yeah.
Him and I have mainly been adding info to that wiki.
That's awesome, dude. I need to look at that.
Yeah, but like there are a few games, like most games don't really have that much information, just that you have like a basic boss order and that's it. So
Snap, Rockman and Forte.
Yeah, I wrote a bunch of stuff for Mega Man 4 and 10 and a little bit of 9, but I think like a lot of the resident runners of their Mega Man games have added stuff to it, and it's cool. It's got like boss routes. It has links to some of the best known runs of Mega Man games. It describes glitches and tricks.
It's pretty
so
sweet.
Definitely check it out.
Jesus, you've gone all the way up to X5 too. That's pretty confident.
Ambitious.
Yeah.
I haven't really played enough to PlayStation X games or in X4.
Alright, did we get any questions? By the way, that was meant to be Splinterface, that shark. I think it's pretty good. I
I enjoy it.
I paid $15 for that, so I hope you guys like it.
But yeah, we are gonna try to add more information to every can try to fill up like every page for every game.
Yeah.
But like if
Keeps
anyone like
reminding me to work on the Rockman and Forte page, and I keep forgetting.
and I need to work on the Korean Conquest page.
Yes.
Oh snap! Is that on there too?
The most important
That
page.
game is special.
There should be a Korean Conquest episode here.
Yes.
Like if you get, the Korean Conquest page as of now doesn't really contain much information about speedrunning the game.
It acknowledges its existence, so I mean that's more than some.
Yeah, but like there are a few very good pages. I would say like Mega Man 1, Mega Man 2, and Mega Man X pages are all like very good. Have like a lot of good information about getting to like learning and running the game.
Yeah.
And has links to current like fastest runs and runs that are come close to it. But it's definitely a work in progress. I mean the wiki hasn't been up for too long.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you like to play Mega Man games or like speedrun Mega Man games, definitely check it out and feel free to just make an account and start adding content to it.
I might finally get around to working on that Mega Man 10 run.
Accurate.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright. As questions go, we got one here for you, Cool Kid, which I like. This is from Cashin_par. It says, how is Cool Kid going to participate in blind races once he's finished playing every game ever made?
No, I haven't been doing that many blind races as of late, actually, personally. I'll see people make new games.
But not fast enough. And they don't make new old games fast enough either.
Yeah.
Games.
Soon he'll be digging through all the unreleased beta titles he can find on the internet.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not really into that many games, really. Just mostly random NES games.
I think it's just because we know about all the games you're into. That's why it seems like there's so many. Because you speedrun all of them.
Yeah.
Alright, and then Meta Nightmare just wants to ask if Needle Cannon is more effective than the Buster. Does it deal more damage?
Regular enemies. Deals the same amount of damage to regular enemies.
Yeah, just 1 damage, I think. And then same properties, so like 3 bullets on the screen at once. I mean, nothing special about it, really.
Alright. Great power up.
I mean, it's auto fire, I guess, but you should be able to mash faster than the auto fire. To be honest, that's another thing about like Mega Man games is learning to mash is extremely useful. Learning to mash like while jumping. I mean,
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, I want to just mention one thing about this game. Mashing is a big part of this game. If you want to get a really good time, like Tiki is like even though like Tiki uses kind of suboptimal routes compared to newer runs, like his like mashing abilities are just so good that it just makes up so much time.
Yeah, I'm gonna rewind this back to Top Man stage and watch how he mashes jumping in the air against these cats. This is extremely hard to do, and he takes them down really fast.
Yeah. Also, I would say
the Proto Man.
He doesn't. Yeah. He doesn't even change his the way he mashes on the controller. He just holds it normally.
Yeah, that's I would say like most people they can mash somewhat fast, but mashing fast while jumping is extremely hard to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had to learn doing that really well for playing Mega Man like 9 and 10, at least 9 Buster only. I mean, learning to just like kind of bunny hop with your max jump height, like holding the A button down and just constantly jumping while mashing. It takes a little while to learn how to do. Just being able to hold the button with the thumb and mash with the same thumb.
Yeah, that's a really hard skill. That's why I play easy video games such as Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 2, where you don't have to mash.
I like doing it.
And Mega Man 5,
yeah, you like doing it because you can do it. I can't do it for shit, and I hate it. When I watch a speedrun and it takes like 6 more jumps to kill it than it takes you. I blame it.
Also would say like Mega Man 5, also a good game because regular enemies, I believe there's 6 or 8 frame invisibility after getting hit by a buster shot. Which is way more than anything else in the classic series, so don't need to be able to match fast for that game, unfortunately.
Okay, cool. I think we're going to wrap it up there. As I said, we need to get this one done quickly, so I think we covered a hell of a lot about Mega Man 3, though.
I don't know. It didn't feel like covered that much, but I don't know. Probably did. Like we showed off like a bunch of random glitches,
Yeah.
such.
If you have
Yeah.
more questions about it,
Yeah.
you can go to the RTA wiki, or you can
Yeah.
go to hashtag Megaman
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
hashtag
on
me.
IRC.
All the
Yeah,
videos, except for me, because I'm not on the IRC very much anymore. But yeah, that's definitely the place to go for races and just like talking Mega Man. Like all the big guys are there.
yeah, because I don't know, we're like there's usually always at least one person, around able to help you out with any Mega Man game really. But yeah, also we didn't really. I mean, not watching the chat and like screen transitions are really different between the games too. I mean, you're in Mega Man 4, which has painfully slow screen transitions
Yeah.
compared to 3 and 5.
I mean, a lot.
Is it 4 that has the health bar that loads?
Yeah,
Yes,
same
also.
thing. Same thing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
Yeah,
people kind
but-
of lump all the Mega Man games together as far as just like presentation and physics go, but there's a lot of small like differences like that in between
Yeah.
the games. I mean, there's
Yeah,
even differences in like velocity values, like ladder climbing velocity, sliding velocity, even just like walking
Yeah.
velocity. I mean,
Definitely, yeah. Between like Mega Man 1 and 2, you walk at the same speed, and also you jump like while jumping, you move slightly slower in Mega Man 1 and 2, which is very noticeable. But in between Mega Man 1 and 2 and Mega Man 3, you walk slightly slower in Mega Man 3 as well. Like you walk 0.1 pixel slower per frame, Mega Man 3, which obviously isn't an issue since you'll be sliding most of the time. But yeah, it's like small difference like that, which isn't very noticeable, but like the games are like very different, especially when it comes to speedrunning. Also, Mega Man 3 has like the issue with ladders, where if you like in all of NES classic Mega Man games, you only need to grab onto the ladder for one frame, and then you can let go of the ladder, no issue at all. But in Mega Man 3, you need to go down the ladder for at least 4 frames, because if you let go of the ladder after 3 frames or less, you'll get ejected up on top of the ladder again. It's really weird and like annoying to deal with, but it's not a big deal. But it's just like a weird difference like between the games. Like none of the other games has that issue.
yeah. So expect if you learn one Mega Man game and go to another to have to kind of relearn a lot of small things, or at least get it out of your system like that.
Yeah, especially since if you compare like Mega Man 3 and 4, like the game seems like games are the same. Like you have the slide, rush, call, and whatever, but the slide timing is different since the slide have 5 frames longer in Mega Man 4, 5, and 6. Going like in between those games can be like quite hard to cope with because timing like the slides perfectly is big part from the games.
I have trouble switching between some games where one button is dodge in one game and is not dodge in another, so I'm not sure I'd do too well. It doesn't help that every game I play has a different button for dodge. It's a massive pain. Alright, so I think, I guess we're going to have to cut it there. We could keep talking about this, but we'll have more... I don't know, we'll have more Mega Man in the future anyway, so it's been actually a very long time since the last Mega Man game we did.
Yeah.
It was the first episode, right?
First episode, right?
Yep.
We'll rectify that one. But anyway, just to recap, obviously, Cool Kid, thanks for coming on the show. Always cool to have you here.
Thank you. It's fun. But
You alright? No?
I don't know.
Tell us how you really feel.
I haven't really been speedrunning this game as of late, so I kind of feel like I'm not really into this game like too much.
That's fine. We hate most of the games that are on the show anyway.
I don't
True.
speedrun this game at all, but here I am.
I
Hey,
think we
guys.
did a pretty good job.
Yeah, you're
considering.
surprisingly knowledgeable about
Yeah.
it.
It's Mega Man, dude.
It's Mega Man. Alright, and then the table hasn't been updated below the show, but it will be Donkey Kong next week with Sea Fox and Ring Rush. Following that will be with Fiery Blizzard and Tranquilite. After that, we got a few ideas, but we're not really sure which one we're going to go with yet, so stick around for that one.
Korean Conquest.
Well, actually, that can be our next Mega Man game. Let's do it. Crying Conquest. We'll do that and another clone of a game. There must be another Mega Man clone we could do.
Oh! We could play have you ever played Rockman X for NES? Shiniest Pirates?
No.
Oh man, I've seen screens of that.
Ah.
It's throwing out there. Might be a possibility.
Alright, okay, obviously thanks to Duckfist as well for being a guest and being the visual dude.
Yeah, thanks to you guys.
No problem. And thanks PJ and Feasel as per usual. We'll see you next week for Donkey Kong 64. And in the meantime, if you're looking for something to watch, you could do worse than to go check out the Sea Wizards Marathon, the Shark stream, who did the delightful artwork for us. I just posted the link in chat if you want to go check that out. If not, again, we'll see you next time. I guess that's it. Yeah, done.
Yep.
All right.
Cool. Thanks.
Bye bye.
I heard that last week, and I went back to watch the ending video to find the splinter.